The G spot. I'd hit that.
Gary Oldman.
Welcome to the Geeks Spot podcast. My name's Rachel Bradshaw and I have a black belt in Jiu-Jitsu.
Hey, I'm Kaz Page and I have a purple belt and still one stripe in Jiu-Jitsu. How you doing?
It's only 2 weeks old.
I know.
You can't say still one stripe.
No, I can. Because until I'm 2 stripes, I'm going to keep saying 1 stripe. Stripes matter, people. Don't give a fuck what you say. Stripes matter.
They do to you.
They do. It's
I'm waiting for the day that Grant loses it because you keep saying it's 1 stripe. And he's like, that's it. We're removing stripes for coloured belts in the gym because he's actually brought that up quite a few times. And I've been the one to say we cannot put the toothpaste back in the tube.
That's right.
You can't go around removing everyone's stripes. But you'll push him to it.
Oh, you know, I don't care. I'll put the stripes on my wall. I just come home and, no, I'm kidding. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Good.
How's your week been?
Good. Gearing up to nationals on the weekends.
Are you excited?
I am now.
Oh, good.
Yes. I had to go up in weight, like upper weight division. I haven't gone up in weight, thank
I was going to
goodness,
say,
I've gone up
so many things could have been made
a
fun
weight
of right
division
then.
to get my match. So I did, and I'm very excited. I've made friends with her on Facebook already.
Yes, Addie.
Yes.
I know, that's cute.
I know.
That's so cute. And I love the fact that both Grant and I just went, oh, you're just like Kaz's youngest kid.
I know.
She makes friends in every
So
time.
here's my theory is that I'm going to be so nice to her, and this will come out after the nationals, so we'll see how it works. And I'm sure she'll listen at some point because I'll tell her we talked about her on the podcast. But so nice to her that she doesn't want to be mean to me. Might give me a slight advantage.
I want to know how that goes for you.
I'm into the psychological warfare version of it. So anyway, we'll see. How's your week been?
It's been pretty good, actually. We've had producer Matt's birthday just yesterday.
Happy
and
birthday,
so,
Matt.
Yeah, happy birthday, producer Matt. So we had the rats all come round for Sunday and it was good. Like probably almost all of the rats came round on Sunday. You guys as well were here, and then we had breakfast to celebrate and everything. So it's been a good week.
Nice.
Yeah, very
All
good.
right.
So let's get on to it today then.
I know. I'm really excited. We have a very special guest in studio today.
We have my new crush.
We do. You've told him this several times now. I think he's starting to get awkward. He may actually exit the building.
It's a jiu-jitsu crush, people.
Before we start. So
How do you explain that to my daughters?
it is our honour and our privilege. And thank you so much, Chris Burns, for coming onto the podcast today. Welcome.
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry in advance. It's going to be a massive
You said
fucking
that a lot at
letdown.
your seminar on Friday night. It was hilarious. I'm sorry for me. I'm sorry for me.
Yeah.
So let's actually go back to that for a second. So on Friday night, Kaz and I both went along to another gym on the Central Coast where you were doing a seminar, and we had a great time. How was that for you?
It was a-
It was a seminar.
I had a lovely time. That's one of my affiliate schools, Kingdom Martial Arts.
Yeah,
They're running your
great.
program, hey?
Yeah, well, one of my programs.
Because
I
Owen
got to fix
Boss
those.
is, we used to train with him at another gym.
Yeah.
And he was telling me afterwards, he reached out and said, I saw you there and you didn't say hello. Sorry, Owen. I didn't have my glasses on. I couldn't see anybody. But he was telling me that, yeah, they're doing one of your programs in their
Yeah,
gyms.
no, they're awesome. They're the sweetest guys. So
Yeah.
anytime they ask me to come out, I come running.
Beautiful.
Oh, nice.
Well, we met you there and we had an absolute ball and learned so much awesome stuff from you. And then Kaz reached out to you and sort of said, hey, we do a podcast. Would you be interested? And not even a week later and you're here sitting in the chair and
I live so close. There's no excuse for me not to do this. Plus, it's a day off from work. So,
Like it?
Yeah, it's either teaching and rolling all day or sitting in the car listening to music for an hour. And I get to come here. So, like, day off.
come and have a chat. And it is a beautiful day today. The sun is shining.
In paradise. Holy shit.
Yeah, the MK ranch goes all right, eh?
I had no idea.
Yeah, no.
So, like, I live out in the Northern Beaches, and Northern Beaches, like, that's fucking paradise. I
Yep.
love that place. But driving out here, like, you got the best of both worlds and more space and goats.
And goats and
My
geese.
God. Yeah, no. If my wife didn't have to travel for work, I'd be like, we're moving there. Starting school out here. So.
Good. Well, we have a very cool school on the Central Coast you can come and train at when you decide to move the family out to the Central Coast.
Yeah, that's right.
Iconic Jiu-Jitsu.
Stop it.
You are also known as Chris Bones on Instagram, and you have in recent times, probably in the last couple of years, become quite Insta famous.
Fucking not my fault.
Well, tell us about that. First of all, where did Bones come from?
Bones existed before jiu-jitsu, so that's not like a cool, because it sounds like something a cool person would have, and I'm not fucking cool. It's like Snake. Like, no, nothing cool. It came from comic books. So I'm an artist, or I was an artist, and I used to draw comic books, and I grew up in the South, and with a heavy Southern accent, one day someone called me, because my last name's Burns. It sounded like Mr. Bones. So, and that was it. And it just stuck and it stayed forever. And it's not my fault. I didn't choose it. So I remember fucking starting out and somebody said their nickname when someone introduced, like, hey, what's your name? I was like, some fucking nickname. And everyone got mad. They're like, dude, you don't give yourself a fucking nickname. I'm like, shit, no one needs to know my nickname. So like I never mentioned my fucking nickname at all, and it just came up and it stuck forever. So right. I didn't earn it. It was there from comic books. It was my signature for when I was writing stuff. So nothing to do with jiu-jitsu whatsoever.
Okay. I wondered if you were like that super skinny kid on the mats or something like that, and that's where it came from.
No, I got the worst nicknames. I got One Choke. It was like One Choke was my nickname for a good couple of years. And then it became, because I got everyone with this one choke. Like every fucking one. Like, it was like, that's the choke that I do. And he's like, oh, fucking one choke. That's all he's got is that one choke. And like, I got everybody with that choke. And then I was like, well, it's time to move on. And then somebody called me Bochinha one time, which translates to like little boots, because I used to do a lot of leg locks. He was like, it's always like rolling with him. It was like putting on little fucking boots, hurt your feet. And I was like, wow, that's cool. I got like a Portuguese nickname. That seems closer to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And then the last one was the worst one. It was the Toad. I was like,
even producer Matt is laughing in the background for that one.
Let that one fucking stay.
What's the toad for?
Because I think the metaphor or the analogy or the whatever. Okay, I'm not smart. It was like, it's like when you watch a dog and it's eating a frog and the dog's killing the frog and then the dog walks away and dies.
Oh, yes.
And you're like, what the fuck happened? How did that fucking
poison?
How did the toad win? Like, that's like watching me roll. It's like, it looks like he's doing nothing. And then the guy said tap. He's like, what did you fucking do? So that was a cool nickname, but it doesn't sound cool. I was like, just stick with Bones. I don't want to be the fucking toad. That's terrible, man.
You got to own it. And you did. And so your Instagram profile is Chris Bones.
That was not me.
JJ.
So,
JJ.
Like, someone else made the thing.
Right.
So, like, the bones stayed by accident.
Right.
So, yeah, the Instagram is not me.
You are very marketable, though, because you are hilarious. So it works.
Anarchy. Anarchy is very marketable. And nihilism. Yeah. Nihilism's marketable.
Yeah.
I like it. So the fact that I proceed towards failure at all times, people lean into that one. It's like, yeah, fuck it, he'll die. Let's film it. It's like when you drive past a car crash. It's like, yeah. That's the only reason anyone's watching. They're watching to wait and see if I get shot. That's it.
It's like, thank God that wasn't me. Keep driving.
Yeah. He's so fucking talky. Just wait until he's dead. That's the fame. Ugh.
Actually, I was watching something this morning. One of your reels came out this morning, and
sorry.
So I was watching it, and you're very polite as you're going through with it. When you ask them to please freeze there or come down, please, stand up, please, do that, and as you're going through something and you said something, you're very polite, and Matt goes, very polite, and just kept walking.
I try. All right, so the woman that films me knows how to push my buttons. So I had a student that just went on the road and she traveled the world and she was like, everywhere I went to all these schools and everyone was like, where do you train? I was like, 0 point under Chris. She's a white belt. I was like, 0 point under Chris Burns. She's like, oh, what's he like? And she's like, he's really nice. Like, bullshit. He's a really nice guy, I promise. He's like, are you sure he's not angry and punching you? I don't know what she fucking does, but every time she films me, she's like, hey, remember that time that Bambi's mom got shot? Anyways, show me a Kimura. I'm like, what the fuck? And I start yelling about shit. Like, she just knows how to fuck with me. And she films me at the worst possible times.
Oh, it works.
She creates the worst possible times. And one day I went in there and I was like, I'm in a really good mood because I was in a great mood. I woke up in a good mood. Like, I had a good conversation. I sat by the ocean, listening to nice music. I'm going to film some really cool stuff and somebody's going to watch it and they're going to learn something and it's going to help them. I walk in that room and in 30 fucking minutes, I am furious about something. I was like, I'm in a really good mood today. Let's film this, this, and this. Oh, yeah, let's do that. Here, do this first. Here's a question. What the fuck? Who asks that?
She needed the anger in you to be able to
Apparently,
film,
that's
mate.
the brand.
So it's the
I don't know.
turning point for you. Don't come in happy.
Dude, I'm a product at this point. Like, I'm a
It's a piece of meat.
I'm a fucking jukebox. You put a quarter in my butt and I should have to do a fucking arm plotter.
You need to say that was Matt's catchphrase. I'm not just a piece of meat, you know.
Just a piece of meat. That's my catchphrase at my house.
There you go.
I'm not just a piece of meat.
That's what he used to say. And as I said, we don't feel
Let it
sorry
go.
for men who are pieces
It's
of
a
meat
good
in the
life.
house.
Lean into it, Tiger.
Yeah. Okay, so hang on. I want to go back a step before we dive into all things jiu-jitsu. How did you land in Australia? First responders. So we'd love to see you guys get behind this awesome new business.
If you're looking for protein supplements, healthy snacks for the kids, or just all-round better health options for the family, check out Damien's website, centralcoastsupplements.com.au.
And guys, make sure you remember to use the discount code GISPOT. That's GI space SPOT. GISPOT at the checkout. Now, where were we, Rach? Because you're not Australian.
Fuck no.
You think?
So I'm Australian whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
So
We'll adopt you. It's okay.
the accent's not my fault. I was raised by television. So there's a great I'm raised by TV. I don't know anything. My family, I grew up I was born in Florida, grew up in Atlanta.
Okay.
So I moved all around with my family, blah, blah, blah. It was my father's credit card company that he worked for. He was the guy that went around building franchises.
Okay.
And now like it's translated to like Full Fight Club where I'm going around building franchises just like my dad. There's a lot of parallels in my weird life. But one of the offers was to move to Australia and we did for a short stint. I moved to Sydney when I was a kid. I grew up in Sydney and then moved back to Atlanta for another chunk.
Okay.
That chunk got dark and they were like, get him out. We can take him back to Australia.
Oh, wow.
Like, if we go back to Australia, you can do this, this, and this. I'm like, okay, let's do that.
So how old were you when you came back?
17.
Right.
So, because I went back 15. And 15 to like 17, 18 is off the records.
Yep.
And then they put me on the plane. I got over here. And then I was off the records for about another year until I straightened out.
Yep.
And I was like, all right, I could do Australia.
Okay.
And then I stayed in Australia. So I stuck around for another 20-something years.
Yep.
Has it always been Sydney?
No, Melbourne, and I spent a little time in Perth. So all around.
Okay.
I've never done the fucking Uluru. No, it's like the desert.
Yeah.
Now I'm good. I got the desert out of me in Arizona. I'm done. So I need the ocean. I need the surf. I can't do the desert. So I'll probably hit it one day just to go and visit like Darwin and shit because
It's worth it.
It's
Yeah,
fucking
it is.
beautiful.
Yeah, it is.
I just haven't been up there yet.
Yeah.
Neither have I.
Stunning. It is beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's on my bucket list.
Yeah, I got friends that send me videos. And I'm like, I could definitely do that. You know.
So before jiu-jitsu, you mentioned before that you're an artist.
Yeah. I had this. I did a podcast with a guy named Chris from Datsura. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. It's that fucking coolest guy. I had a wonderful time. And the podcast stopped, and then he started asking me personal questions about my life. And he was like, how many fucking lives have you lived? Like, I've done a lot of weird shit before I got to this weird shit.
Okay.
So, which one did you want to know?
All of them.
It's fixing chimneys.
What we can talk about on public record.
Well, working at the porn store was the best. So I used to run porn stores, and that was
As in PORN or PAW?
As in sex toys.
both of them are terrible. Pornography, the good stuff. Back in the day,
Adult shops.
Yeah, but before they became like where you go to buy a crack pipe. Like they used
So
to
just the
have-
VHS kind of genre. Yeah.
So I used to run it when it was VHSs, and then it became DVD as I was doing it. And
yeah?
it was a whole thing. It was really weird that I started out like renting out VHSs to people and amyl nitrate and all this weird shit. And
In brown paper bags.
We weren't discreet. It was just in the back in a fucking fridge. It's like, you got any? Huh? And I was like, yes. You can just say the word.
Yeah.
So, you have any video head cleaner? So if anybody knows what I'm fucking talking about, I don't know how weird your audience is, but yeah, I spent a long chunk of my life working in porn stores. What else? I was a university professor.
That's quite a jump and a leap. How did that happen?
Well, porn stores paid good. So the full story on that was like I was working at a chimenea shop and I was repairing chimeneas. You know what those are?
No.
Yeah, nobody gives a shit. It's like a fucking chimney.
Okay.
In your backyard, you put wood in it and you can make pizzas and shit.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's cool. They're like Mexican grills.
Yeah, like outdoor ovens, like wood fire ovens.
Yeah. Okay, so it's like a wood fire oven with a stovepipe on top, but it's made out of clay or whatever it was made out of. So I was the guy that like there was a crack in it, and I would like plaster it and hair dryer it, and I'd just sit there and I'd watch Buffy the Vampire Slayer on a portable DVD. It was the fucking best job. So
See, he's your crush now too, hey?
the new season's coming. I know. I'm so excited. Oh, me and my wife is in bed next to me. She's like, I'm half asleep. Wake up. Rich shows me the thing of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I'm like, hi.
Yeah.
Because we spent COVID going through Buffy and X-Files and like all the classics, like going back through it. The chimenea shop across the street was the porn store, and I'd watch the guy from the porn store like wander out, grab a pizza, and wander in. I was like, "What kind of porn is this?" And I was like, "This is awesome." And at some point, like I was out, he was out. We said, "Hey," and I came over and had a cup of coffee with him. And all he did was sit there and read books and watch The Simpsons and eat pizza. And I was like, this is the greatest job ever. And at some point, he was like, oh, if you want a job, I could use some help. And it was like $30-something an hour because it was like late at night and it's perverts. And I was like, well, that's awesome. I love money and I'm a pervert. So.
And $30, I'm assuming this was like a number of years ago. So $30 an hour back then would have been
I
pretty
think it
good.
was like 36 or something because I would work the night shift. So, and the night shift was the night shift. And I would take the shitty versions too, because the shitty versions were the cooler ones. So like Frankston back in the day, Frankston was not good. And I would drive my motorcycle to Frankston down an alley in an alley to run that porn store. Because there was a porn store on, like, if anybody remembers from Melbourne, when you get off the train, there was a porn store.
Yep.
Right away, because you're like, oh, you're in Frankston. Like, it's across from the fucking train station. But no, that's not good enough for me. I had to go down the alley to the porn store, and they go, no, that one. Down the other alley, down the back fucking alleys of Frankston on like a Saturday night at 2 a.m., and there's like fucking street fights. It was the best. I love that place. The first night I was working there, I opened up the drawer underneath the monitor. And there was a butcher's knife. And a butcher's knife is like a sword. And I was like, what the fuck? No one told me it was going to be there. I was like, this is where I work now. And I was in love, and I never turned back.
It's good.
That kind of explains, like, this is setting the foundation for where you are now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Take us down the weirdness. We're here for it.
The whole time that I was working there, I was also doing security at car parks, and I was doing jiu-jitsu. And car park security it's not as cool as it sounds. When you say the word security, you imagine someone securing something.
Yeah.
You don't. You sit there and you close a gate and you have rich people yell at you because they have to pay to leave. There's no securing of anything.
Yeah.
So I was like the overnight guy for a lot of places because I didn't sleep a lot. And I ended up doing a comic book. Did you ever see the movie Repo Man?
I've heard of it. Matt, you've probably seen it, haven't you?
Very old 80s film. Mm-hmm. So it's 1982 or 84. It's Emilio Estevez. He's a punk rocker in L.A. And there's a car. And just watch it. It's worth your time. Trust me. It's got one of the greatest soundtracks of all time.
Okay.
It's got like Black Flag, Circle Jerks, Iggy Pop. Like it's literally one of the greatest films and soundtracks ever fucking made. Even if I didn't enjoy whatever. The guy wrote a sequel, and it had Willem Dafoe and a couple other people lined up to do it, and never got funding because it was too weird. Oh. And I found the script. And when I found the script, like a lot of the script was illustrated because he loved doing little comics in his script. And I was like, I can make this into a comic. So I just started doing it. And I sent him like the first 10 pages. He was like, oh, we are doing this. And it just kept snowballing from there. So I made the sequel to Repo Man. It is called Waldo's Hawaiian Holiday.
Oh, wow.
That's the sequel to Repo Man. And I had like glorious dreams of this book. Like so many ideas for that book if you're ever interested, because I'm sure nobody gives a shit. Jiu-Jitsu podcast.
Oh, I'm sure they will, actually.
Yeah, you'll be surprised.
I doubt it. So,
All right, now the challenge is set. We need to know who's going to go and find this and tell us what you think.
I just picked up 2 boxes from storage yesterday. If anybody wants them, they're at my place. Because we did it with a local publisher in Australia, but it shipped worldwide because it's such a random thing.
Yeah.
Like no one, like barely anyone knows Repo Man. It's like one of those deep dive weird fucking movies, like Suburbia. Like if you like punk rock, you'll know that.
Okay.
That kind of thing. And I love punk rock. So Repo Man was like a holy grail for me. And then I got to do the sequel and I wanted to do a soundtrack to it.
Yeah.
Because the movie had this amazing soundtrack. And I wanted to organize that every song on that, because
So this is an animated cartoon, not a cartoon book.
Nope, cartoon.
Okay, cartoon book.
Did
Yeah.
make an animated thing out. It's a whole lot of shit. So the book itself was the script in comic book form,
Yeah.
and we were going to release it. If you watch the movie, it's this shitting on of LA, which I do to this bitter day. But like, there's like this home brand, home brand over here.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, back in the day, it had like the white thing with the red line, and it just said like milk.
Yep.
There's no artwork or anything. It's like the cheapest
Yep.
possible.
Safeway.
Yeah.
Exactly. In America, we would have, I don't know what it was called, but it was white with a blue bar, and it would say like bread. And it was an inside joke in Repo Man, and like the store had all that stuff because they couldn't pay for product placement, and it was like beer. So what I imagined originally was the comic book was going to have a CD that came with, back in the day we had CDs.
Yep.
And the CD was going to have covers of every song from the original, because the whole book is about like a cover. There's a lot of layers. And then I was going to wrap it in plastic and say comic. And I had so many dreams about this, and they never really came through, but I did end up getting them to do a white cover with him on it, the main character. And then it said Waldo's Hawaiian Holiday in a blue bar.
Oh, so cool.
If anybody understands that joke, that's a deep-ass dive. But the soundtrack never came through, but that's what got me into talking to music industry people. Like I was in talks with Dave Brockie for a long time. He's the singer for Guar before he passed. God.
Yeah.
What? I know these names because my husband loves this genre of music. So, yeah.
So, fucking yeah.
He's over there fanning out with Matt at the moment.
Oh, dude. Sure, like I was in talks with I had Frank Black from the Pixies as well. Oh, shit. Yeah, dude. I was talking to his agent though. It's not the same. But it was like a most favored nations thing where he was gonna because he had already covered the Plugs, and I love the Plugs because the Plugs did the soundtrack for New Wave Hookers, so that's a porno. New Wave Hookers, back in the day.
It's a good title.
New Wave Hookers is a classic. So New Wave Hookers, there's like I think part 3 where she goes to hell, and
So it's like Buffy.
It's
In lingerie having sex.
It's one of the fucking best. And what was it? The soundtrack was literally by an LA band called The Plugs, and The Plugs ended up becoming Tito and the Tarantulas from Dusk Till Dawn.
Yes.
Yeah. So Tito and the Tarantulas was originally The Plugs, and The Plugs was covered by Frank Black from the Pixies. And that's just nerd.
I've never been more grateful for my husband right now. Like opening my world up to music because I know what you're talking about and I can understand the bands and the movies and the whatnot.
Meanwhile, my wife looks at me like, Jesus, just shut up. Just shut your fucking mouth for 2 minutes about stupid stuff no one cares about. No one cares.
Matt and Rach are all in right now, and I'm sitting here going, I have no idea what you're talking about.
I wanted to paint a picture for our listeners at home right now because when Chris realised that Matt understood him, your whole body shifted and you stopped talking to us and you were just having a conversation with Matt.
Dave Brockie.
Bro love.
Well, that's all right. So
obviously music's a really big
for me
part of your life.
But hang on, I want to go back one step here.
It died recently.
Drawing.
Yes.
Okay, so
university.
Okay, yeah. So is drawing something that you have always done? Is this something that you just found because you decided you wanted to make a cartoon book? Where is that?
Okay, so that's where the nickname came from, Bones, because I was always good-ish at illustration.
Yeah.
So my family, they kind of harnessed that and pointed me in a direction very young because they noticed that I liked illustrating, I liked drawing.
Yeah.
So they ended up contacting someone from an agency about teaching art, and it was a whole thing. And I started learning how to draw instead of just drawing.
Okay.
And then I ended up getting very good at it. And the thing is, I'm not creative at fucking all. I'm disciplined. Like, I'm actually disciplined, so I can understand perspective and juxtaposition and line weight and shit like that.
Yeah.
And I got really into comic books for quite some time. So I wanted to be a comic book artist, and that's what kind of led me down that path. And while I was doing jiu-jitsu, I was working at the porn stores, and I started drawing the comic book while I was working at the porn stores.
Yeah.
So I brought a table with me, and I had A3 pieces of paper and the script and the music blaring and fucking pornography. It was the best. There's a pizza over there. And I used to bring sounds terrible, my dog, before the dog that I have right now.
Yeah.
I'm very attached to my dogs. Louis used to come with me to the porn store, and he would sleep there. It'd be like 2 a.m. Someone would come in, this giant black dog would be like, rah, 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 rah. Like, I just want to jack off. Run out the door. But I remember those days like fondly because it was by the beach. It was in Hampton in Melbourne, and you can hear the fucking ocean. The back door was open. There was like a patio that was like unkempt grass, and my dog would hang out in there, and I'd just be drawing Waldo's Hawaiian Holiday, listening to the Pixies.
Is this the 80s?
This is 2000.
I was going to say, it's not
wow.
quite that old, I don't think.
Yeah, how old are you?
I'm 43.
Okay. Yeah.
It was, so yeah, I liked weird stuff before I got of that age. I found Repo Man just because of punk rock, I think, is why I found it. I found it because of Black Flag, and I found Black Flag because of the Misfits and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the porn store was amazing, and I drew Waldo's Hawaiian Holiday there, and I also did the security gig, Air Bunny security, for the car parks. And when I finished that, by the time I finished that, all the artists that I was working with, they all worked at a university in Perth.
Okay.
And they offered me a gig to come out there. So I drove from Melbourne to Perth across the Nullarbor on a motorcycle for a week.
Holy shit.
That was awesome.
That must have been
nearly
amazing.
died. That was cool.
How did you nearly die?
Brown snake. I also almost walked over the edge of the Australian bite because there's no signage. That's a thing. No one thinks that's a fucking thing. So I stopped.
Stop walking. They expect probably that people use their eyes.
They expect people. Well, it's a horizon. That's the thing.
Or situational awareness.
Fuck right
That's the
on.
whole thing, right?
You walk into the nothing. I got off the motorcycle because I'm like,
find me pictures in my head right now. Oops.
it was the coolest shit. Because I'm in the middle of absolute nothing. There's no trees. There's nothing. It's just flat everything in all directions.
Right.
And I pulled over. I was like, I'm going to enjoy this moment. So I took the helmet off and I go walking out into the nothing. And I'm looking behind me to keep the motorcycle in my view so I don't get lost. As long as I can see that speck, I have a
point of
thing.
reference.
And
Yeah.
as I'm looking over my shoulder, I turn around and I'm at the edge. I'm a step or two away from falling off the edge.
Edge of Australia.
Dude, and it's so far down, and you don't know that that's real until you do it because there's no signs.
Yep.
You're like 2 hours in any direction from a human. It's fucking insane.
Yeah, your motorbike could have cobwebs on it before anybody realised you were missing.
Yeah, it was intense.
That's
it was
actually,
awesome.
I'm Australian and I've lived here my whole life. I was born here, but I've never been there.
Oh, yeah,
and it's not the picture I had in my head at all. Like I imagine greenery and shrubs and...
Oh, and there definitely is that.
Yeah, it changes as you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can drive through 20 different countries doing that ride.
You can drive to 20 different countries getting here.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, Australia is intense, man. I went past a snowboard place on the way to the ocean.
Oh yeah, with the big black snowman. Yeah, it's hilarious.
Racist.
I know, right?
It's fucking
Who peed on that one?
Yeah, and that was a long time ago for it to be black.
What I was going to say there'd be
True
kidney
Australia.
issues. What What happened with the brown snake? Like, what happened there?
Oh, I got attacked. It was cool. It was the manliest thing I've ever done.
Okay,
and I
tell us.
don't want to talk about it on air because it's going to sound like I'm trying to be manly, and I'm so the least fucking manly man alive.
Yeah, tell us now.
There is no trying to be manly at that point. For all those that don't know, the Australian brown snake is, I think, about our third or fourth deadliest snake in this country. And you are, I think that it's 40 minutes from bite if you don't wrap it correctly and all the rest of it. Like that's a huge thing. So the fact that you survived it, that's just like tell the story, because I don't give a fuck if anybody's got issues about that.
The only reason I can get away with this is because I didn't know. I had no idea because, like, I'm an idiot. I don't know
Ignorant
what's gonna...
is bliss.
Oh, fuck yeah. Like, so I pull up, and I can't remember the town. It was, like, just outside of Iron Knob. That's a real place. I stopped in Iron Knob to say that I've been to Iron Knob. There was 3 men. Three men in that fucking town. And they were super nice.
Just saying, guess what they all had?
That's where the name came from. So I went just past Iron Knob, sentence I never thought I'd say. And I got to a gas station, and the petrol tanks are outside, and there's fucking nothing. And we're in nothing. So I pull up, and the tanks, they've got chains around them. I'm like, oh, well, this is shit. I really need gas, because I had to take canisters with me just in case, because they're so far between. And I look over, and there's 2 glass doors in this shack. Like, I don't know what it was. Just like wood shack with tin fucking roof shit. And this guy is standing, bang. I've got headphones. So I'm listening to, what was I listening to? I was listening to the soundtrack to, is that Pearl Jam one that Eddie Vedder did for the guy who died in the wild. It's Into the Wild. I think that's it. It's pure irony.
You got to be stating here, not asking, because I got nothing.
Into the void. So I've got headphones on with a helmet on, so I can't hear shit. I'm just hearing my music. I'm standing there like, oh, it's all fucking locked up. I turn around, this guy's banging on the fucking window. And he's like a big beer belly and those little stubby shorts and his skinny little legs. He's a fucking dinky guy. Yeah. Big long beard. Like, banging on the thing. I was like, hey, you can fucking unlock it. My bad. I'm sorry. Because I jiggled the chain a couple times. And he's like pointing. And there's a fucking snake. And the snake's over by the bush by the thing. And it's fucking wiggling around. And I was like... Right.
He's like, I'm staying in here.
Yeah.
You're out there on your own.
He's pulling at the snake. And it's in my head, I'm like, it's a fucking snake, mate.
Yeah.
Say that again for us, please.
It's a fucking snake, mate. Yeah. Fucking settle down. Well, I was like, he's wearing stubby shorts. I can see.
Calm your farm.
Calm your tits, mate. Snake. So I go over and I pick up the shovel and I just fucking chop it. I just snap it down on the thing. I just walk over to it. And the guy opens the door and he's like, it's the fucking shit. What the fucking shit was that? You fucking... You the fucking think you fucking need to fucking die. I'm like, well, all right, it's a snake. It's a snake. And he goes, you fucking... Full turnaround. And he's like, oh, you want some petrol? He calmed down, and I didn't have to pay for the petrol. That was fucking cool.
Thanks very much. See you later.
Yeah, and like I ended up telling somebody that story. It was like, is that a fucking brown snake? You fucking mongrel. I was like, yeah, all right, cool. And I found out probably like a week or 2 later, like when I got to Perth, and I told them that story because I was like, yeah, I've chopped a snake in half, got some free gas. It's fucking cool. It was like, it's a fucking brown snake. And I'm like telling the story. He's like, it's a fucking brown snake.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I found out that they're deadly, and I was like,
all manliness goes straight out the window.
Oh, that's another way I could have fucking died.
Yeah.
Those are the, like, when you look back on those things, like, all the ways that I should be dead. Because it gives you that moment of pause. You're like, dude, you really should be fucking dead. All this stupid shit that I've done.
And usually when there's one, there's 2, because they travel husband and wife.
It's just the one fucking thing.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard the song Dumb Ways to Die?
I've heard of it. I think so.
Dumb ways to die. So many dumb ways to die.
It sounds like his life story.
I think so. It sounds like it.
And then none of them are manly. They're all bad. They're all super bad. That's the only one where I walk away like looking like a stud. Like,
I got this. It's all good.
And then when I tell the story, I'm like, oh,
so close.
like, I'm expecting the saddest death. Because you ever watch 6 Feet Under?
That's the TV show, isn't it? Yeah.
They had the best cold opens. So every story would open with somebody dying. And they always, like, almost always, there was like the saddest death, like somebody reaching out of their car to pick up a newspaper and they run themselves over. Like, yeah, that's how I see myself going. So somebody gave me shit.
That'd be the best funeral, though.
Oh, God.
Like, how could you not laugh the whole way through that funeral?
Thank you. Yeah.
Right? Sorry.
Oh, you're macabre. I didn't realise you were quite so dark.
Yes.
So you gotta go. If you're not gonna laugh, you're gonna cry. Like, somebody's
Dude, I
giving me
want a phone in my coffin that goes off while you're all sobbing at my funeral, and the phone just starts ringing.
Mine's all fart jokes. So the last podcast I did, I had a handheld fart thing. So there's a great one with Leslie Nielsen on, I think, Conan O'Brien, where he's talking and every other word is like. I have that on my desk, and I was doing the podcast with the computer, so I have a little trombone. When you push it, it goes wah, wah, wah. And I have a fart thing. I just didn't bring anything with me. I don't have any props for this one.
We've got him over there when producer Matt comes back in. He's run out. Yeah, he's got a want. So we'll give you one or two.
He's got a whole setup, like a studio setup.
I know it used to be here, but they had to move it away from me because I kept pushing the buttons. Couldn't help myself.
Well, I took it as a personal thing because it was the day that I learnt how to use all those buttons. The next week it was gone.
I think it was first.
That's like I can't have both of you doing
I think
it.
so too.
No way. So your jiu-jitsu journey really started in Australia then?
Yeah, I didn't start in America. I've been in Australia for a long time.
Yeah.
I started way, way back in the day with VHS tapes and shit. So way before.
How old were you when you started?
I remember.
Like, were you when you were 14 or when you were 17?
Oh, God, no. Like I was in
So
my
the second
20s.
time, 20s.
So like 20-ish.
Yeah.
Over in Perth or in Melbourne?
Melbourne.
Okay.
So I was 19 or 20, and when I started, and I'm bad with age. I know I was around that because it was the end of smoking.
Right.
The end of smoking was around 1920.
Okay.
So, and then like hardcore.
Smoking cigarettes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
What was I going to say? Around that time is when I started kind of doing it.
Yeah.
Because it was the end of Parvo, and my body worked again. I was like, I'm doing this. And then I fucked up and went to a judo school. And then I found a jiu-jitsu academy that was not a jiu-jitsu academy. It was like an offshoot of a jiu-jitsu academy.
Right.
I got injured really bad there. So I went to the jiu-jitsu academy thinking that's where I won't be injured. And I got injured 1 billion times there.
Oh.
That was awesome. So, yeah, I came up in Australia and I traveled to America to roll with more Rickson guys.
So I heard you talking about that on, I had a look at a couple of interviews that you'd done, and I heard you talking about, and you actually moved overseas to go and train. So talk us.
Not just to train. Like, I went over there for work and I was like, if I'm doing this, I'm doing it. So I was training while I was there.
Okay. So when did the transition come? You're doing jiu-jitsu, you're at a gym that's not really, then you're at a gym that is really. When did you make the decision that jiu-jitsu is something you wanted to pursue, and why was it made that you had to go overseas, or you went over for work, so it wasn't just for jiu-jitsu to go?
No, I traveled to learn, but I didn't live there to learn. Sorry,
Okay.
I got that mixed up. Yeah, so I would travel to America to learn the jiu-jitsu I wanted to learn.
Okay.
So I would have to bring people to me. I couldn't find what I was looking for because there is a difference, whether anyone wants to think so or not. There's a big difference. And like, that's like if you said like I train over here and then you go to 10th Planet and like, yeah, but they train differently. Yeah, I know. Everyone trains different.
Yep.
Yeah. So what I want is not what you have. Goodbye.
Yep.
So I came up during the Crianche days. So it was like, you're not allowed to train anyone. I was the only one dumb enough to not. All of my friends at the academy would come back and beat the shit out of me. I was like, what was that? I was like, I'm not telling you. Like, what? Can you just show me? I was like, shut up and run the white belt class. They'd be out there like learning cool shit and coming back and beating me up. I'm like, I'm not supposed to go anywhere. Fucking, it's not the right
You got
thing to do.
whispered to.
Dude, they would
Teaching a lesson.
They would beat the fucking brakes off me, and they make fun of me like, you don't know it. Like, well, teach me. It's terrible. And then eventually I started like studying on my own, and then coming back with weirder shit. I was doing catch wrestling and sambo, and like, fuck you, shin lock. It was the most. It is anarchy back in the day, like VHS tapes and anarchy. But I started out in Australia, in Melbourne, and then I would travel to get to the jiu-jitsu that I fell in love with, because I found Rickson through Jason Robig, and then I found more through Jack Taufer and then Dave Kama, and I would get closer and closer and closer to what I've been searching for was the jiu-jitsu that Rickson is teaching.
So break that down. You said there's a difference. What is it that you were looking for?
I was looking for efficiency. I was looking for jiu-jitsu that you don't have to be an athlete to achieve. That's what bothers me about what jiu-jitsu's become. Because I know there's some guys out there that are like, no, it's extremely efficient. And I was like, well, yeah, if you're flexible.
Yep.
Yeah, if you're stronger. Yeah, if you're faster. Yeah, if you don't care about your body whatsoever. So there is a line in the sand for me, because when I started because I wanted to learn how to defend myself. I didn't start because I wanted to learn how to win a fight. And I think that's where the line in the sand has come for me, where I'm no longer being nice about it, because everybody's like, well, everybody has a reason. Like, some people just wanted to not get their ass kicked.
Yep.
Not everyone came in wanting to win a medal. Not everyone wanted to come in to kick some ass. Like, why don't you just do MMA? I did.
Yep.
I'm sorry. I want to know how to defend myself. And that's what I fell in love with.
Yep.
Is the self-defense. And then it became this McDojo argument, like it would never work. The Rickson version works. I'm sorry that the version you got taught is not working for you, but everything that I'm doing works, and it just has to be taught properly. If it's taught like, if you just see it on a fucking video and be like, well, that would never work, I would just shoot him in the dick. Like, okay, first off, John Wick, calm fucking down. You need to be aware of like threat escalation and how many years have you spent in jail, sir? Fuck, how many actual fights have you been in? Like, fights don't last that fucking long either. And so, yeah, what I was searching for was Gracie Jiu-Jitsu for self-defense. And I never got it. And I got shit on for trying to find it.
Okay.
So, and that led me down a further path. It's like, I'm Captain fucking Punk Rock. Like, oh, you don't want me to learn it? Go fuck yourself. That's all I'm doing now. So, like, 3,000 miles deep into it. Like, nope, this is what we do, bitch. So, yeah, I don't know.
So you go overseas and you start learning what it is that you want to learn.
Yeah.
And you start your progression down that lane.
Well, I didn't honestly know what the heaviest part, the heaviest difference is the word invisible. So invisible jiu-jitsu, and there's fucking guys in Australia like, it's not real. It's not fucking real. There's no such thing as invisible jiu-jitsu. Well, first off, just because you don't know what it is doesn't make it not fucking real. Just because it diminishes or takes away from your brand of jiu-jitsu that you're selling doesn't make it real. The term invisible jiu-jitsu is not even a sly way. It's kind of like on the nose. You can't see it. You have to feel it for it to make sense.
Yep.
Weight distribution and connection instead of strength and speed and flexibility. You can use the most efficient movements with connection and weight distribution, and we can call it invisible jiu-jitsu. When the thing has like 30 steps and there's no connection and you have to be strong to do it, you can call it whatever the fuck you want, but that's not what I wanted to learn. There's no version of me in this entire lifetime that wanted to learn how to do reverse De La Riva. I didn't even know what that was, and it was like shoved down my fucking throat for years. Like, you got to get good at this whole series, and then you got to do the 93 guard. I want to know how to get out of a fucking headlock, dude.
Yep.
And all I asked was, how do you get out of a headlock? Well, it's illegal. Nobody does that anyways. Like, well, it's like, how do I not get punched? No one's going to punch you.
It's so interesting because I think, back to something that you were just saying, most people, in fact, I would say the majority, 99% of people walk through a Jiu-Jitsu Academy door because their goal is, I want to learn how to protect myself. And it gets, you don't reckon?
I disagree now, mostly because like podcasts and other things have kind of brought to light Jiu-Jitsu, and Jiu-Jitsu has become like the most obnoxious, like fucking manly, like stoicism. Like, I'm here to beat some ass and get my ass beat.
Because we've got some loud voices in the area.
Do you know what?
Voice, man.
I'm gonna stand on the fence in the middle of both of you here, because I think age and demographics play a big part in your statistics.
Yeah.
And I think if you look at somebody like, you know, in your 20s, 30s, maybe even early 40s, I think you're right, 100%. I think there's a lot of bravado coming in, and I think, you know, especially from a potentially a sport kind of component as well. But I think if you look at the age demographics of, and maybe even to a larger degree too, females, but also teenagers too, I think there is a big portion of that is driving the self-defense component as well. So I don't care if our kids compete. But our kids have been told jiu-jitsu is mandatory until they're 18.
That's nice. I like that.
And, well, they're girls, right? They've got to have a fighting chance. I want them to know that if somebody comes up behind them, don't freeze. Fight.
See, I know the people that walk through the door, and we have such a huge demographic at Iconic. We've got young, 18-year-olds to 60-year-olds on our mats, all training together at the same time, that sort of thing. And I know that most of them have said to me that what got them in was two things. Number one, they wanted to learn how to defend themselves. Or number two, their mate told them how awesome this thing is and they'll love it and they've got to come and try it. Cool. And then they fell in love with it on day one. So we've got those kind of two things, but only once have I ever had someone come in and say, I want to win a gold medal at a competition. And I was like, have you ever trained before? No, but I saw it online and I want to be an athlete. And I'm like, okay,
Rach,
stay with us.
Everybody's got to have goals, even the fucktards.
There it is.
It's different.
My aim every episode is to drop fucktards at least once.
Throw fucktards like 7.
And then she explains it and it gets dropped at least 3 more times. So
just got to make sure the fucktards get.
That's it, right? See, I'm inclusive. For everybody.
Having said that too, like I know that our academy and our lineage comes very heavy. My coach is Luke Beston, Luke.
Fucktards.
Luke.
He's my favorite fucktard.
He's an internet troll.
He's the fucking best.
He's awesome.
I've been a fan of Luke since before I met Luke.
Many people know Luke from before they meet Luke because they see Luke online.
Solid sense of humor. Because it's so hard to come by a person with a good sense of humor
and it's so
talent.
Dry.
He has the best sense of humor. And
I love the fact that he gets along with Ray. Do you guys know Ray?
Yes, Ray Floro. He's amazing.
Talk about sense of humor.
Yes.
Most
incredible.
I love it when Luke's on the mat and he's teaching stuff and he'll say something, and because it is dry, a lot of people will kind of sit not quite sure. And I try very hard to not laugh out loud, but I'm not very good at it. And so I'll kind of smirk like, oops.
But meanwhile, Grant and I are sitting over in the corner losing our shit. No, losing our shit because we know his sense of humour. But because I came up under Luke, who's under Hoist, it was always that book behind you, Gracie Jiu-Jitsu, Alio's book. I needed to know that entire book without hesitation.
Real.
Yeah, and for my black belt test.
Good.
So that whole book, 160-something techniques, that was my black belt test amongst other things that I had to do. At Iconic, we had our first black belt grading last year and we made the guys do half of that because some things there's slightly better answers for these days.
You mean the karate chop to the neck?
Yeah, I don't know. There's
That's
some
real.
things
Are you sure the brachial plexus stuck?
I don't speak out of school. I'm going to get in trouble. But like everything, there's been improvements. There's been understanding. Jerry Wetzel, we've had him on the podcast. He's a friend of ours. He does all the red zone knife stuff.
I was about to say, I know that.
Know that name, yeah.
Yeah, red zone management.
He come out and he's like, best practice is he's got best practice for knife defense. He really does. Like everything that he's done and put out there is pressure tested and it's amazing.
I love him from the point of view that he'll give you the moves to try and deflect, control, assess, reduce the angst, whatever. But there is so much about his program that says when you're standing in the room, why aren't you looking out for this? Why aren't you spatially aware of these kind of things? Why are you walking down that hallway on your own to begin with? All of these things are added into that as well. It's not just about how to take the person down or how to get the knife out of the way or how to get away. So I do like that from that perspective as well.
And then you've got like Ray Floro, another expert in his field, stuff like that with weapons. So I'm kind of thinking, well, our mindset is not everything evolves over time. So we take what we believe is best practice and we put the guys through that last year. And it was really interesting because all 3 of our first black belts came to us from another school as brown belts. So we got them late in the game. We had to changed their mindset. It was a very sports school.
Yeah, and also there was no self-defense. There's no grading as such. So the school that she's talking about, because we all came from the same school and ended up in Iconic, there was no grading. You were just handed belts when the professors and that deemed that you were ready. And so when we came across to Iconic, the first thing that we were hit with was we grade. We take you through the process, and both Matt and I are like, oh, fuck. Oh, okay.
Just nailed them. So
We did.
It's all good.
We did.
But yeah, so I don't know where I was going with that whole thing, but staying close to the source, staying close to that understanding
pick him
of
up.
self-defense and keeping that hat on
Yep.
is a very important, you found your friend. Just don't forget to come back close to the mic.
So
Pull
for
the mic
everybody
closer to you.
watching that, welcome, buddy, to the first episode of the Getting Spot. Buddy, you're cheating on me.
I smell like a dog now.
Yeah, you will going home. Yeah, your dog's going to go nuts. Okay, so
I hadn't finished my thought.
sorry.
So it's okay. I want to keep that essence of self-defense strong with what we
I
do.
expect you to die. Sorry.
We've lost him now. He's gone for the
Bond.
episode.
he's got the dog.
Sorry, what was the last thing you said before I fucking trailed off on you? You expect to
She's keeping
test yourself.
It is very important to us at our gym that we keep that self-defense hat on.
That's awesome.
And with that mindset. However, we also have a strong comp team as well.
Nice.
You know, and so we believe that there's two sides of that coin that you can very much stay honest to.
There's a third side, Turkish oil wrestling.
Turkish oil wrestling. Was that from your porn days? Or?
I'm still dumbfounded at jiu-jitsu car wrestling. So talk to me about. Hey, so it's a real thing. I had no idea.
It's cool, man. Fill the void.
Yeah. Hey, find ways.
Fill that void, Tiger.
So your gym now. What's the name of your gym?
Competition Elite. It's all in capitals.
It's not.
And it has a giant gorilla with tape on its fingers. And it says, what was it? What was the name of it? Called Fuck Squad. It's called 0 Point Gracie Jiu-Jitsu.
And do you have competitors?
Maybe. I don't know. I got a bunch of students over the years, and a lot of them compete.
Yeah.
We are talking, me and Will are talking about making a competition team, but
Okay.
none of the people that gravitate towards me really give a shit about
Yep.
competition. And the ones that do, it's always this awkward conversation of like, who do I register under? Because like, I don't exist. Like, I refuse to pay anyone to exist.
Yep.
So it was just somebody was like, would you register under the thing so that I can put my name on the, I was like, no. Why'd you? I had a student in Arizona, like with a magic marker, write 0 Point on his gi. So like, no, I'm not registering shit. I'm not giving anybody any money, and I'm not going to be on a website that says I'm allowed to teach jiu-jitsu. And no, I want none of this goofy shit.
Yep.
Please leave me alone. I'm happy with what I've achieved in my life. This is one of the mountains that I chose to climb. And your mountain is not the mountain I care about.
Yep.
I'm good. So
Fair enough.
if I've got students that want to compete, I just ask them to wear a patch.
Yep.
I say, wear a patch.
Okay.
Oh, I did recently. We told them to go under locals because locals is fucking cool. So there's a club over in Zetland where I was teaching. That's where Sheila found me. I was living over there when I got here.
Who's Sheila? Sorry.
Sheila's the woman that does that debacle on
Right.
Instagram.
Okay. Yep.
Fucking thing.
She loves you, really, Sheila. Honest.
She knows how to press your button.
Yeah.
She's the sweetest lady. And the best part is she's a good person. She just sees the train wreck and points. Like, now, she's at church on Sundays, and she's like, this fucking idiot. Her son trains there, and it's the nicest gym, and Troy and Frank and all the guys there are the fucking coolest. And I know that they actually pay for bills and have competition teams. And I asked them, I was like, do you mind if they just go under you? Wear my patch? And he's like, fuck yeah.
Awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Sold.
Cool. If you want to compete, compete. I'm not the guy to ask. I did a class the other day. It was a purple belt from a sport academy. And I was showing the open ballet judo guarding. I was like, is there a way that I can make this functional for competition? I was like, no.
The end.
It's mostly kicking people in the face.
Yeah.
Probably wouldn't. I'd probably do half.
Might get DQ'd.
Yeah, disqualified.
Yeah, because there's a huge difference between like the Valitudo guard. Like you've got the 9 stages technically of, like, and this is me having to section it off so that I can teach it properly. This isn't like written in stone because you don't see anything about like the punch block series in Elio's book, do you?
Yeah. No.
That's some shit that has to be like preserved and taught and refined. Like, I hope Rickson makes his book. You know, I hope there's going to be like a book like that of his version of those things because. Every lesson, I went through the whole thing with him. I went through all of the SDU. Like when I started going and doing like regular privates, not just like one-off privates, the regular privates were that. Like there was no like, hey, how do I stop a berimbolo? Yeah, fuck, man. I want to know that.
Yep.
I want to know the 40 lessons. I want to know everything in that. And I want to make sure that I'm doing the SDU right. The SDU is his self-defense unit, which is what he filmed before or after COVID. I can't remember. With Pedro Elias, and it's available on Geller.com. I don't know. I'm bad at selling stuff, but I feel like people should go and check that shit out. But it was him showing all of these things, but he only showed them for like 3 minutes. It's like, this is a move, this is the answer, and unless you speak Rickson, some people were like, oh, nobody cares. And I'm like, how dare you? I can talk about that one thing for 3 fucking hours and all of the variations that can happen off of that one grab, you know? So I'm slightly obsessed with preserving Gracie Jiu-Jitsu. And I think not getting punched from the guard is a pretty big part. So whittling that down into stages, and then all of those stages become like very clarified. Like, here's how you sweep, here's how you submit, here's what you do. And none of them you're getting punched in the fucking dick.
Yep.
So that's how you guard yourself as opposed to octopus guard. Like, and it works. Octopus guard works. Fuck, it does. But like, who knows what happened next? You know, like until you start to pressure test it with a bunch of fucking heel kicks and elbows and thumbs in the eye, you red zone the shit out of it. Probably put it on the back burner. Put it in the ice box.
Yep.
Right?
Or leave it in the competition.
Well, yeah, maybe. I don't know. That's the thing. I love sparring and playing because that's where you find things. This is where, like, the fucking the sport dorks hate me until they, like, oh, I actually like sport. So I like dicking around and playing with jiu-jitsu because sometimes you find a piece of gold.
Yep.
Like, shit, man, nobody showed me that, but this seems to be working. Can you punch me in the kidneys? Ooh, feel pretty good. What's the worst you can do from here? That kind of shit.
Yep.
You know, like, it's a laboratory.
That has been producer Matt's entire jiu-jitsu journey, pretty much. Fuck around and find out, basically, until...
That's how I broke my fucking spine, so stop. Dude, all right, so I had to fuck around and find out for a decade, and I kept trying new things and getting injured constantly.
Yeah.
That's the whole purpose of a coach. So if you, the whole word coach is like, it's the thing that takes you from one destination to another safely. Fuck if I had one. So I had to like fucking really hunt down my coach.
Yeah.
And I had to like narrowly ask questions like this and only this. You know, like I remember the first couple of times like Rickson would be showing me like something really cool sport-wise. I'm like, no. What about the fighting?
Yep.
Like I really have to like narrow this part down and then I'll get cool with that stuff because he has so much amazing stuff for self-defense, MMA, and sport. And like if you start to like section it off, he teaches in different ways, right? Because he's got competitors.
Yep.
His competitors are really fucking good, dude. That's just not my...
He's a jack of all trades and you wanted a specific lane.
He's a master of all trades.
I wouldn't say... All right, so if I put it better than that, let's say the foundation stays the same for every lane.
Yep.
Right? So that's what I fell in love with about Rickson Jiu-Jitsu is that it wasn't a collection of moves. Because for most people, Jiu-Jitsu is a collection of moves held together with athleticism. Mm-hmm. And then the athleticism stops eventually. You pop an anacostal, you pull your fucking back out, and all of a sudden you're back on your computer being a warrior. Like, shit stops eventually. His foundation of Jiu-Jitsu stays. And you can put it to any lane whatsoever, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you have connection and base and weight distribution and timing, you can take those and put them onto the sport too. Mm-hmm. I love watching him do that because he had a sport guy come in, did a private lesson with him, and then the next day he used what he learned in a comp and won. And he came back and told him, hey, look what I did. And he's like, fuck yeah, you did. No shit. Like,
no surprise.
Like, and people are supposed to, whatever, Rickson's Rickson, you know, like douchebags would be like, oh, he's like, you'd be a purple belt. He's like, you fucking feel that shit. You deal with that. you deal with him on top of you and shut your mouth.
Yeah.
That man, phew, what he gave to the martial art, like, is the art that he put behind. That's why I have an immense amount of respect for him. It's not like, so I'm sucking my dick up the fucking ladder and shit. Like, no, I wouldn't be with him if he was a dick.
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of people that have given me a lot of cool tools, like really good ideas. And they're dorks. I don't want anything to do with them. They're bad people, right? This guy devoted his life to, like, sharpening a very specific blade and passing that shit down.
Yeah.
Dude, you got my respect. Yeah, I got you back. So I want to make sure that book, like, all of that stuff gets preserved, specifically Rickson's version as well. Because there's some stuff, like, I turn a page, and like, what do I do on this one? He's like, you don't do it. You do this instead. I'm like, yes, sir. Let's do that. And get back to work.
When did you start training with Rickson? At what belt level were you? How old were you?
I don't know how old I was. And personally training with him, probably not until, like 9 or 10 years ago. And that was just private lessons. Mm-hmm. And the private lessons, so I was spending a lot of time with Jason Robig with the concept of Rickson Jiu-Jitsu, and then a lot of time with Jack Taufer with the specifics of the moves, right? And then I would travel over and I would train at Henry Akins and Crohn's and go around LA getting my fucking ass kicked. Mm-hmm. And there's also there's a whole weapons. So. That's fucking cute. Sorry, I didn't see that coming. Shiny. Fucking shiny. Anyways, there's that whole stolen valor thing where I've got friends that are wearing Rickson patches, you know, and they're proud to be teaching, doing Rickson. Like, guys that trained with Rickson are like, hey, fuck you, man. We suffered for that. So there's, like, this whole thing where I'd have to travel through and get my ass kicked. It's like getting beat down. Right. You know, like, get beat into the academy club kind of thing. But privately was, like, hardcore privately, probably wasn't until, like, 6 years ago, I think. But before that, it was learning all this stuff that he was teaching his other instructors. And I was like, it was like the time that I went to the academy and got hurt. So I went to the academy's academy. So I learned the principle and I learned the moves. And I was like, God, gotta get to Rickson. And I just started training with Rickson. Yeah. So, but it's been about 10 years of, I don't do anything but Rickson shit. Yeah. But that first 10 years was retarded. It was fucked hard. So it's retarded. Oh, dude, that first 10 years was like VHS tapes and just winging it. I had the best VHS.
So you said you broke your back.
Yeah, tornado guard.
To what?
Excuse me, tornado guard. So it's a specific guard, and I can't remember the guy who does it, but he does it really fucking well. And I was the guy that was collecting moves when I started because I didn't know any better and nobody was teaching me principles or foundations or fundamentals.
Yep.
It's here's a move, do some chin-ups. That was it. That was the fucking answer. It was here's some moves, try again. And it was Shark Tank. Shark Tank.
Yeah.
Shark Tank. Oh, I love Shark Tank. How dare you?
Oh, I don't. My neck doesn't cope with Shark Tank anymore. We're past Shark Tank days for me.
Yeah, it's every student is different, and this is a conversation I had with Rickson a long time ago. Like, there's some people that are only going to do the self-defense, and you never put them down, dude. Let them do the self-defense. Yeah. And then there's some people that are made for competition. Let them do the competition. Like, not everybody's made for it, but it doesn't mean they're not allowed to learn jiu-jitsu. Stop being a douche. Yeah. You know, like, I want to learn how to get out of a headlock. Oh, whatever. Do Del Hiva. Like, stop it. Just stop it. Like, teach them how to get out of a headlock. There's lanes to this. I want to do Turkish oil wrestling. Lube it up. Stick it in, man. Like, everyone's different. Rock and roll. Every time I drop a joke, like, at least a year later, there's going to be a professional Turkish oil wrestler that gets tagged. And it's like, I fucking hate you. I will murder you. Like, oh, God, no one has a sense of humor. I want more Lukes in the world.
Yeah. Don't we all? You're here to that. Yep.
More Lukes and Rays. But,
many years ago, Rickson came out. I think he's only been out to Australia once.
I was there.
So was I. We were on the mats together.
You knew each other before
Ships in the night.
each other.
And we travelled to Brisbane for this seminar, and it was in a like 6 or 8 thing basketball court. It was huge.
That was
how many square meters of mat space? Massive.
Yeah.
It was
We
like
blew up the balloons, and they were stuck to the air conditioner.
I do remember that. I had forgotten that.
I have a balloon.
You kept it as a keepsake.
I had a friend give it to me because I'm like, Rickson, I don't want to steal, I want to hear your story, but Rickson genuinely was like, I found what I was looking for finally.
Yeah.
When I found Robig and Robig was teaching and Jack was showing me stuff, I was like, this is what I wanted a decade ago.
Yeah.
And I'm still recovering from my spinal injury. At this point, it was just sciatica and some slip discs. Like, they kept re-slipping all the time. But I remember distinctly talking to Jason about it and saying, like, I know Rickson's had a lot of back problems and shit. Do you think he'd be willing to share some exercises? He's like, I'll talk to him. And he talked to him, and he stayed after that seminar for hours talking to people.
Really?
He was, like, sweating in a fucking corner, and I was, like, so scared to bother him. Like, fuck, dude, this poor guy. I've been, like, trailing him across Australia. Like, it was in the, I can't remember, I think it was the Melbourne seminar. He got to use me for some stuff. I was with Hanato. It was a whole thing. But I remember, like, walking up sheepishly, like, Jason said maybe you could show me some birds. My man, I got you. And he just hung out with me. And he showed me all this cool back exercises, put me onto the McKenzie method of diagnosis and all that shit. It was fucking cool.
That is.
I distinctly remember that. And then, because I was the last fucking person there, my friend Kirsty was there. And she was like in the peripheral. Oh my God, I'm so sorry, sweet.
He says it's okay. He figures.
Bumped an ear.
Love,
Which moves that way anyway.
love dogs more than people. Don't doubt me. Yeah, Kirsty was like sticking around, and in the corner, like she took a photo of me and Rickson on the mat. And it was just me and Rickson in this giant auditorium. She sent me that photo. I love that photo. But another person I was with found a balloon that was stuck to the vent and gave it to me as a gift. So that photo and that balloon, I was like, that's fucking cool, man.
That's in the special album.
Yeah. That's on the wall.
The photo is just in Instagram or Facebook now because it's gone.
Yeah.
It was like a phone photo. And then the balloon just, I don't know, dude. I lost everything in the divorce. Like, fucking everything's gone. I gave
She
up
took
all
your
my
balloon.
belongings.
She took the balloon.
All my belongings were gone. I moved to the desert. So I just put it on the side of the road. I was like, fuck it, I'll do this now. So I think I lost the balloon along the way. Maybe I'll find it one day.
Well, what I was going to say is, the seminar was expensive back then. I think it was $350 per person. And we had to...
Packed, too.
It was packed.
Yeah.
Packed. And we had like 4 square meters of mat space each, didn't you, as a pair? Like, that's about all you had. And then you'd wait for the person, the pair next to you to do their move. So then you could have your turn because there wasn't even enough space for that. It was like legit sold out. And we travelled up to Brisbane for it, and we were, I'm thinking it must have been 10 years ago. Must have been, because I was a blue belt back then. And for us, to fork out that money to get airfares, hire a car and accommodation, like, it was an expensive trip for us at that point in our marriage and our lives. And we get to the seminar, and I remember laughing with Grant afterwards because we didn't know what was going to be taught. But afterwards, we were like, on face value, if you were to say we just spent $3,000 on a trip to learn a hip throw, a cross collar choke, and a scissor sweep, and I feel like there was
He
one.
did an armbar from the guard.
And an armbar from the guard. There you go. That's what he taught. You would
I
go,
remember fucking everything.
hang on a minute.
And still light up like a
I know.
Christmas tree.
Well, I didn't follow him around Australia. I just did the one seminar. I was like, you'd go, I want my money back. But the detail that he taught in those moves is still stuff that I teach to my students to this day. It was incredible.
You had no idea. This is the level that I was searching for from day one. And this is the level that I have slept on the beach for. This is the level that I have eaten lean cuisine for. This is the level that I, like, you're peeing in a dog bowl in an alley. Like, that's the whole thing.
Don't listen to him, buddy. Not true. It's okay.
Like, I sold my motorcycle. Like, I'm doing private lessons.
Why? Why is
Pay
it?
for
Why?
it.
No. But why are you so passionate about this? What's the driving force in it for you?
It's like a holy grail kind of thing where, yes, I've been taught a hip throw, but have I? Like, if you break down his hip throw, right, the Ogashi, yeah, you can do a hip throw. Everybody can do a hip throw. But, all right, what happens if they push the hip forward? What happens if they pull the shoulder forward? What happens if they're holding the belt? What happens if they're holding underneath the armpit and they pull you forward after the throw? What happens if?
Yep.
For me, I think you've seen Fight Club.
Yes.
And you stand at
Love
the door,
Fight
hit
Club.
him with a shovel.
Yep.
Yes.
One of my favorite, bizarrely, one of my favorite movies.
Oh, it's classic.
Yeah.
So, like, for me, the standing at the door, like, there was a bunch of standing at the doors for him. But my favorite one was, like, the 3-year hip throw. Every time I, like, saw him, it would be like, here's another piece of the hip throw.
Yep.
Here's another piece of the hip throw. And he was like, what have you thought about this? And I'm like, motherfucker. Every time he got a little bit deeper. And now that's what my main, like, I'll be with him in a couple of weeks. I'm flying over to spend a week with him. And it's going over all these things, but how do I teach them?
Yes.
And then how do I add levels of stress? And then how do I teach those levels of stress? The holy grail for me was not, here's a move, do some chin-ups. Here's that thing that someone told you about when you started, like this jiu-jitsu that you can't stop.
Yep.
This is the jiu-jitsu just works. It works. You don't have to be strong. You don't have to be fast. You know, it's good to be strong. It's good to be fast. It's good to be flexible. But that jiu-jitsu doesn't rely on it.
Yeah.
That's what makes it that jiu-jitsu. That was that original collection of moves under the guise of self-defense and leverage and weight distribution. And that stuff's been refined to the nth degree. And finding Rickson's version of it was this moment where that's what I was looking for to begin with, like boiled down to the essence of what I was looking for.
Yep. Okay.
Right? So every time I'm with him, there's never a time where I walk in thinking I know what I'm fucking doing. He's like, no, Chris, that.
Yep.
And I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
And then you feel it, you're like, God.
The minutiae detail that can absolutely.
And that's what's invisible, and that's what people shit on,
Yep.
is they've never felt it, and they did a million chin-ups, and now they feel really shitty because they did a million chin-ups to win a medal.
Yep.
Fuck, when you could have been doing that.
Yep.
And yeah, but what was the last time you saw him compete? Fuck off, dude. That's what you were supposed to be searching for.
Yep.
Was efficiency, the most efficient version of something.
Yes.
Gentle art.
Yep.
Not wrestle fuck. I really do want to get somebody to do the kanji for wrestle fuck, and I'm going to put that on the competition rash fest. Wrestle fuck is the way to go. Because
Matt's over there. I want to see Matt's face through all of this. I can't
cannot-
see him. Yeah.
I'm for it. Hey.
wrestle fuck.
I feel like there's a federation coming.
The Wrestle Fuck. You have to pay a yearly fee and you have to have a license. Wrestle Fuck Federation.
Yeah.
It's a tried and true method. Eh?
Every stripe is $1,000 test.
Yeah.
It's, I don't know. For me, the search for jiu-jitsu was the search for, I don't know. I found jiu-jitsu because someone I thought was very smart did jiu-jitsu to defend themselves. I was like, okay, so he's smaller, he's weaker, he's doing this. He's smart. So maybe that's what I should look into. So I started looking into it. I was like, oh, everybody can do this. And I was like, fuck yeah. And then so hoist, like, oh, fucking hey, man. I guess that's how you should defend yourself, you know? Because I'm not really good at punching people. I'm not really good at being strong. I'm fucking tiny, dude. And then I went to jiu-jitsu, and I thought I was learning it. I'm sorry, I wasn't. Like, I was wrestling for submissions. The stuff that I've learned over these 20 fucking years of injuries has been the stuff that I wanted to collect, that I wanted to be taught to begin with. And this isn't a sales pitch at all. This is what I fucking wanted to know from day one, and no one gave it to me. So I just organized it. And then the BJJ Project sell it, because I'm a product.
So let's talk about BJJ Project. What is that?
What a bunch of dicks. They're the fucking coolest guys.
Who are they?
Nathan, Will, and like now it's 30 other fucking people because it's working. So Nathan and Will found me because of Sheila. Sheila found me because I was yelling at people. For real, like that poor woman. I throw her on the bus all the time. I was teaching a class at Zetland, the people that I said were like super fucking cool, Troy and Frank and them. I was teaching a class, and that got a little bit of momentum because I think I just went in and I rolled with them. They were like, hey, you want to fucking teach a class? Yeah, sure. And then people started coming in, and I was yelling about self-defense. They're like, this fucking idiot. So,
He's so passionate. We love it.
some of them. And then the other was like, fuck that. I'm not rolling with him. He's no fun. Yeah, he's just fucking laying there. He doesn't even know how to deal with, what's that new thing when you pass guard? You're in headquarters?
Oh, yeah.
Like,
When you stand up and you're in
where's your headquarters defense? I was like, What the heck? What the fuck is this? You're like sitting in a leg drag? This is the most weird position for me. Like, this doesn't exist in my world. I don't give a shit if you pass. Pass. Just rolls and just lay on my back. Like, oh, fuck me up. I'm no fun. But I was teaching a class about not being any fun. And at some point, Sheila came in to pick up her kid who was in the back. She's like, what the fuck is this? Started filming it. And then I'm talking about the hip escape and the shrimp. And then the internet was like, who the fuck is this asshole? And it just kept snowballing. And Nathan and Will found me because of that. And they're like, this idiot. He'll get us some attention.
He's divisive, Will. Yeah.
Oh, he'll get shot.
Marketable.
Fuck, yeah, that's the word for it. Train wreck.
All publicity is good publicity.
That's exactly what they saw. And they had a meeting with Sheila. They sent Sheila a message. Sheila was like, I think this is a good idea, because they originally were going to be like agents for me and get me private lessons and organize my shit behind. It wasn't originally, like, I don't know. I think originally they had an idea of like, we're going to have instructionals and it'll be like available, blah, blah, blah. But it was more like hitting me up with seminars, finding me work, because being a jiu-jitsu instructor sucks. Because you have to run an academy.
Yep.
You're a business owner, plus an instructor, plus a father, blah, blah, blah. You've got all these hats you're trying to wear. They're trying to take a hat off of you and help you. So
Okay.
for a nominal fee, that was the original sales pitch. And I was like, I'll take you the hat. Sure.
Yeah.
But eventually it became like we filmed him again and the internet yelled. And then we filmed him again and the internet was like, tell me more. And then we filmed him again. And now the internet's like, fuck yeah. And it was like, yay, it's still going. And eventually I'll die.
So how long ago did BJJ Project start?
Dude, it's been like a year.
Okay.
It's been like 1 year they started filming and this thing fucking blew up like a hemorrhoid. It was, and then I was like, you got to film Haueter. Get your ass over to Haueter. So I'm like throwing all my friends under the bus as well.
Yeah, because I noticed that's come through now, and there's a new level, and yeah.
We have a golden pair of testicles.
Yeah.
God bless them.
And I will say about Chris, when he came out for that seminar, and background for you, all our listeners know, when I came to jiu-jitsu, it was because of Matt. So Matt medically retired out of the Defence Force, needed to fill a gap, found jiu-jitsu, that was the gap. So the pinnacle was set. Very good gap. Girls, daughters then joined the sport, and my middle daughter, who is on Spurgy Lane with me, came home one day and was like,
Did
Mum.
you say Spurgy Lane?
Yeah. That's our world.
You live on Spurgy Lane.
I know.
Indeed.
Yeah. Friday
might
night,
have
you
a
were speaking my
residence or
language.
two.
It's like, yeah.
Kaz sniffs out her people.
Yeah, I do. And then when I find them, I stalk them to death. Henceforth, you're sitting here.
Hurt the fuck out of you.
And so Spurgy Lane came home and went, Mum, jiu-jitsu seems to be Page family sport. Why aren't you on the sport? Like, where are you?
Are you not a page?
Yeah. Are you not a page? That's right. That was her words. Are you not a page? So I joined jiu-jitsu, and it really was for the first sort of 5-6 years for Matt. I was just turning up.
That's sweet.
I was oblivious to it. And just going through the motions and hating it. I hate to fail. And jiu-jitsu...
You need this thing.
Like a hole in the head, because all I did for the first 7 years was fail.
You're not even done yet, Lee.
Yeah. Oh, no, I know. My fail rate is another 10 years ahead of me, I'm sure of it.
I travel the world to fail.
Yeah, good, thanks. Yeah. And it's my biggest fear. My biggest fear is failing. I don't even contemplate winning. I just don't want to fail. So, there's been a whole head fuck with that process. Yeah, figure that one out.
There's a house on Spurgy Lane.
Oh, yeah. It's a big house. It's called the MK Ranch. We all live here, happily. That's all we need. We need the sign that says "Welcome to Spurgy Lane." And so we moved to Iconic. Rach and I formed a really good friendship. Rach and Grant, very much in the process of me going into my purple belt, helped me find my why. And all of a sudden, jiu-jitsu became this curious thing for me. It's like, all right, well, how far can I push it? 2 months.
Now she does a podcast with me.
Yeah.
Now she loves it for her.
I do. I found my why.
Teach like the ladies' class when I'm not there.
Yeah. I turn up and I stand out the front. Let's not go too far. How much of that is me actually teaching
6
people how to do
rounds.
Yeah. Start now. Go. But Chris Haueter coming out was probably the first time I saw someone and I went, I actually understand you. You're breaking the minutiae down for me, and that's what I need.
Plus dick jokes.
Lots and lots of funny stuff coming from that man. I don't know about dick jokes in front of me, probably more so.
Oh no,
with Matt.
there was something about
there's
like
dick jokes.
brass balls on the mats.
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude, I like how I get shit from all the Gracies like, about the way that I present. I'm like, talk to fucking Chris.
Chris,
Dude, I'm
the other Chris.
There's so many others. Like, I'm just the one they're watching. Fuck, there's some terrible.
Actually, I remember what he said, and I think, was it to you, Matt? He says, don't kick me in the balls, you'll hurt your shin.
I can understand it too. Like that dude.
Chris one, I was going to put my knee in your ass, but I was afraid it was going to fall in. Fucking God, I love him, man. He legit, like, side note, the first time I ever met him, because I went out of my fucking way. Like, I know who Chris is. Like, it's cool. He's in LA, and somebody hooked me up with the garage. It's like, you can go and meet him. I came in late because of the airplane. I'm like, I only get one chance to train with him. It's like 8 o'clock at night. Fuck you, I'm doing this. And it's just like me and him. He wrapped my lapel around my lapel and fucking punched me. Because he was like doing this whole like fucking around with worm guards, thinking sport, and then he like stopped and he was like fucking I'm thinking street. And he's bang. I'm like fuck you. And we became friends. I guarantee he doesn't fucking remember it to save his life. But like I remember that specific moment. Like I'm rolling with him, just doing the best I can. Like okay, like I just don't want to fuck up in front of Chris Haueter. And then he wraps the lapel around the lapel. I was like, oh, what the fuck is this? It's terrible. And I just freeze and he's like, son of a bitch. And then we were fucking, like, I'm in love. Yep. Dude, you're the shit. And
So he's your crush as well?
oh, Chris has been my crush for a long time. I love that guy.
Get out. He's mine.
He's mine.
I think he's actually
here
Melissa's
slept in
guy.
his garage?
Back the hell away.
Yeah.
She'll come after you.
He's sleeping in his garage for years.
That lady.
I've seen her as well, so I'm frightened
Melissa
now.
will fuck us both. She owns him.
She's
It's okay. It's only a
she's
jiu-jitsu
pocket
crush, so we're all
rocket
safe
bot, you
here.
reckon, with that lady.
Yeah, dude.
Well, he came out, so it wasn't long. I've had double neck surgery, and so for the seminar when Chris was out, it wasn't long after my surgery, so I wasn't able to do a lot. And he came over at one point, and this was a catalyst of change for me. And when I kind of went, oh, you. He said something. I really like a pressure game. That is me. I'm in love with pressure and I'm in love with connection and not thinking, just letting my body kind of move and block as people go through and do stuff. And I've never been able to articulate that. I've never been able to express that to anybody for them to understand, to coach me in that realm. And he walked over at one stage. Matt and I were trying to do something that he was teaching. And he goes, no, not like this. Can I show you? Not like that. Can I show you? And Matt stepped out of the way. And I swear to God, in that 1 second that he stood with me and did something and we were both standing, the pressure that man was able to put, even in a standing position with just a single limb movement. You laughed at me on Friday night and went, oh, the purple belt's face just then, he. I obviously can't play poker. And my facial expression, and he looked at me and he just kind of giggled and went, yeah, I know. And walked away. I'm like, oh, no, you don't. No. You've got no idea how in love with you and that pressure.
Fucking time me and Chris go to see Rickson.
Yep.
It's the same fucking face we make. It's the same face.
There's levels.
Yeah.
There's so many. It's a fucking tiramisu. Because like what we're showing you, great, but just feel Rickson. He'll turn his pinky and you're like, God damn it. Like, could have just told me that years and years ago, but no one knows because no one cares.
But it is the minutiae moves, right?
Yeah.
It's just those tiny little things that...
The efficiency, man.
Yeah, and you don't see it. And you were actually saying it on Friday night. It's like I'm teaching you how to cheat.
Yeah.
And it's amazing, the efficiency. And I think this is why I got so excited too, because in my initial journey into jiu-jitsu, the school that we were at, and this is no discredit, this is nothing other than my spurgy brain, and this is how it works, right? So we go to this school and you're a white belt and you've got to do the fundamental classes until you get to white belt third stripe.
Well, you're lucky.
And then at third, so everybody's going for that third stripe, right? So at fourth stripe, you get to move into the advanced classes, but nobody comes back to fundamentals.
Yeah.
And so there's not this mindset that says if you learn the groundwork, if you learn that foundational jiu-jitsu, you get to take that with you. And in my mindset when I joined, it was like, get past that really quickly so you can get into the cool shit. Well, my body, my age, my flexibility didn't allow for easy transition into the cool shit. But if I come back now to the fundamental base, my body, my physicality, my age all works within that space. And so watching you on Friday night sort of come back to that and start really talking about that, Chris and I had a conversation about that when he was here as well. And that for me becomes that passion point. I actually can find myself in this space.
Yeah.
And I can do it based on those fundamentals. I don't need to barambola.
The joke's on you. The next thing you have to learn is tornado guard. So you're fucked.
Oh, good, thanks. Yeah. There's the door, get out. We're friends. You're no longer my crush.
Full tornado guard. There is an 8 DVD set. And fuck, man, like I'm not diminishing that because it's cool. I learned all of it. And like, it was useful until I broke my fucking back.
Yeah.
It was just a dude stacked me really hard, and it was a loud crack. And I was like, oh, okay. And I went about my business, and I was like, oh, my back kind of hurts. I'll sit on the foam roller. So I crossed my leg on the foam roller. So, you know, the sciatica thing?
Yeah.
As I'm doing that, all the fluid seeped out of like a bunch of discs. So I felt it go blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, that's not right. I've never felt it because I've never slipped a disc before. And I just went about my business. And I was like, cool. And I started walking home, and I was limping and hunched over. I was like, that's not good. This is bad. This is bad. And I took over. It's bad. It's not
happy,
normal bad.
Chris.
Because I've had a lot of bad, but like this is bad. Out of all the injuries, like I would never wish nerve pain on anybody. And my favorite one is a hole in my tongue where a piece of almond got stuck. Like you bite a hole big enough that a piece of nut goes in. Like that, I wouldn't wish that on a fucking enemy. But the back one. Ended up getting the scan. There's a crack. Everybody was like, it's a little crack. I was like, in my spine? In a vertebrae? I was like, yeah. I was like, well, yeah, that's life. You know, like, it'll heal. Don't worry, you're fine. What do I do? I was like, nothing. You just,
You
know, like, we can do this, and this. And they gave me all these options. I was like, I'm going to go home now. And I just went home. And I was like, well, I can still move. I'll go back to training.
Oh, Jesus.
So I got right back on the mat. I had to show up for the 6 a.m. class at like 5 and walk in circles just so that I could move.
Oh.
So eventually the blood flow and like it was terrible. Then sooner or later, like I had to get epidurals to take the weight off of it. It just got worse and worse and worse. And then finally the McKenzie method. That's what helped me. So Rickson put me on for the McKenzie method of diagnosis. I'm not even going to explain it. You fucking look it up yourself. And I did it, and I did all the exercises they told me to do. And then one of my private students, Lorna Locke, her father is Andrew Locke. He's one of my dearest friends who passed recently. And he spent his life teaching people how to recover and to fix their body and be strong. Like,
oh, nice.
Yeah, he taught me all the physical stuff to bring my back.
Okay.
Because like, at that seminar, his arm bar is 1 shot, 1 kill. That's like the nickname for it. So your hips come up on an angle and it's on.
Yeah.
And there's a bunch of different setups, and that became my holy grail move. I've got a couple. Jack calls them retard moves. That's my favorite because like every one of the Rickson guys has a retard move. Like Rickson does it, but I fucking can't get it. It doesn't make sense. So I remember one time I was teaching flattening the back, and Jack froze, and he was like, I was like, what do you mean, fuck you? I was like, that's my retard move. I can't fucking do it. And you just nailed it like that. And I was like, yeah, I'm a golden god. Like,
jealousy on its highest core.
Oh, dude, like Jack's so good at a million other things that I'm retarded at. It's like we're all kind of building this Lego castle of Rickson. Like we're all like, I got this piece. Have you got that piece? oh, we got the piece. We put these pieces together. Oh my God, we got a whole thing. We got 3 moves in one place. Ooh, I'm going to check with him and see if it's right. No, you fucking idiots. This goes, it's the worst. Or like, it's like building a Ford Lincoln of Rickson, because like we all get bits and pieces. I had this huge argument, sorry to fucking spur me.
Yeah. You're in
whole
good company. It's
fucking
okay.
thing. I remember
Spooky away.
I was showing one guy was showing a thing, and he's like, "This is what Rickson does," and I was like, "That's quite literally not what he does." I was with him last week. He does this. And he was like, "Well, he told me this in 1983." I was like, "Well, maybe he did because you lean here, and then when you lean this way, it's another." We had this full fucking argument about shit. These are like 2 guys that are like, "I know Rickson's stuff. I've been around since 1993." I was like, "When the last time you fucking trained with him?" Fucking maybe he's updated some shit. That's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to be refining this sword. We're supposed to be sharpening it. It isn't one of those things that's like, this is in stone and this is what we do forever. That's the fucking best part about doing this with him. Because if he sees something cool and it works, that's what we're doing now. Like, that's what you're supposed to do.
He's doing a lot at the moment, isn't he? He's doing recordings or something at the moment.
He's doing a lot of private lessons. So he's got a wait list thing where people can come to his house in Vero and they do their private with him. And I'm not sure how deep dive they get to go, but it's this wonderful thing of like, he's got these levels that he'll teach before he can teach anything else on top of that.
Yep.
That's the shovel at the front door kind of thing. Because there's no version of that where you're going to come in and you're working on like the glory that you wanted. It's like, show me base.
Yep.
And I fucking love him for that because he's never backed down on that shit.
Good.
I took somebody out there with me, and the whole plane ride home, he was complaining that he had to do base. I was like, you piece of shit. How dare you even complain about the fact that you got to train with him?
Yep.
Like, dude, do you have any idea how much effort that man put into that one subject in order to teach you more on that one subject, to build a foundation for you to build your stupid shit on?
Yep.
Like, you could go do your stupid shit for the rest of your life, but if you understand this one little principle. So I love, I'll throw Will under the bus for BJJ Project, because he said something great the other day and it didn't get recorded. He was saying, like, I was at judo and I couldn't move my neck, and like I couldn't do the move, and I wanted to do the move, but I couldn't do it. So I did something you taught me and it worked. And he was like, I should probably just do what Chris teaches me because it just works all the time. I'm like, fuck you hard. Fuck you so fucking hard, man.
But thank you.
God damn it. Like, he's the fucking funniest guy. I love the fact that he went over to Haueter's and everybody said, sorry, I'm wearing black pants.
Yeah, I know. I think it's hilarious.
You got
And my
money
dog
on
just
you now.
molted.
Well, I pet it off. I deserve this. It's fucking funny because like I'll pull my back out doing a move. I remember desperately searching for that jiu-jitsu. That was the time just after the broken back. Like just after that, it healed up, and I was still teaching at a bunch of Krav Maga schools, because that's where I taught. I would always teach at a Krav Maga school. Somebody would bite me, and yay, it's great. I ended up leaving because it was just terrible teaching at those schools and starting my own place. And when I started my own place, I like deep dive into teaching that stuff, but I'd never had anyone physically teach me like Rickson taught me. So I would do private lessons with Rickson black belts. I would fly people fucking in. I would go to them and I'd ask them about that syllabus specifically. And the rear bear hug throw, kokinagi, and there's a couple different variations on it, was never taught to me correctly until Jack Taufer did it. Jack Taufer did it, and he showed the principles of connection with the hip and the shoulder and how you lift somebody instead of just fucking throw them. I remember specifically with the book and my notes pulling my back out, having to teach myself. And I was like, I will never, ever let this happen to anybody else.
Yep.
I'm going to preserve this because it's real and it works when you're taught correctly.
Yep.
If you try and do it yourself, you're going to get fucking hurt. And if you get hurt, you think it's not real. Mm-hmm. And if it's not real, it's McDojo shit. I'm going to go and do something else stupid and hurt myself in a new way.
Yep.
So what I want to do is preserve Gracie Jiu-Jitsu and share it as refined as possible. And then somebody else can sharpen the knife and die too. So.
What are you trying? How long ago did you open your business, your gym?
Mm-hmm. Probably like 10 years ago. Probably a little bit before that. No, around 10. So I started another club called Odd Fellows. When I left the other club, I didn't have a coach. I didn't want a coach. I was just wearing a white belt. Just took my belt on. I'm just gonna be a white belt because I was teaching fucking black belts. I had black belt students when I was like I think it was purple belt. I had black belts coming to me for private lessons. And it wasn't because I was good. It was because I was teaching something completely fucking different.
Yep.
It's not sport jiu-jitsu. Sport jiu-jitsu is its own thing, right? I'm teaching Gracie Jiu-Jitsu and people are getting interested. And I'm getting in trouble left and right. And then I just end up leaving, doing my own thing. I put on a white belt. And I was like, fuck this shit. I don't need a belt. I just did my own thing. Then eventually the whole thing came to a friend of a friend was in town. He was making fun of me for not wearing a black belt. And then one of my black belts took his belt off and put it on me. It's like, this is a good way for you to get your black belt. I was like, yeah, it kind of is. I really liked it. That meant something to me.
Yep.
And then when I went under Jason, I had to re-earn my black belt. Like, he called up Rickson and was like, what do you want us to do with this nightmare? Like, yeah, you know him. You've met the idiot.
Yeah.
Like, what do you
You're
want
the
to do?
TISM child in the group. What should we do with the TISM child?
Dude, it was because like every time I see Rickson, it was like he'd remember my name, and I was like, holy shit, he actually gives a shit. And eventually it was like, okay, so what do you want to do? Do you want to give him a visitor's belt, like a black belt with a white bar? And he's like, no, man, it's the same thing that happened with one of my guys, Dirksen. Dirksen wanted to give up his belt. Like, he literally drove to Rickson and it was like, wanted to hand it back to him. I had this wonderful moment where I'm standing there with Haueter and Kasia, and Haueter was like feeding me raisins. He got a little pack of raisins. And he barely spoke to me. Like, we barely spoken, but we were together for the seminar and shit. We're just standing there, we're eating raisins, watching Rickson and Chris on the other side of the thing where he's like doing the same, like, I'm not a black belt. This is not a fucking thing to me. Like, can I start as a white belt under you? When he came back to me, he told me about it. He was like, it was the sweetest thing in the world. He's like, my man, you have earned that black belt. You're a black belt through and through. A belt is nothing. Like, you've spent all this time learning and growing. Like, you can always be a student. Doesn't matter what belt you wear. Mm-hmm. And that was the segue of like the visitor's belt or whatever. He's like, no, dude, he's just a black belt. Make him like earn his stripes from you. Professor stripes is different under what we do. It's not just like you're an instructor. The red bar means you're an instructor.
Yes,
and
I knew that.
Professor stripes is to teach the self-defense curriculum. And then I earned my first degree under Jason. And then the second was with Rickson and Jason. And then the third will be Rickson and Jason again soonish.
And means something.
To me, yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Just keep in mind that this is an imaginary hobby created by random people.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, my imaginary piece of cloth means something.
Yeah.
There's this poor guy getting like yelled at by the internet because he gave himself a purple belt, and there's like getting death threats. Death
Seriously?
threats. First off, yeah, I get it. That was a stupid thing to do. Like, probably shouldn't have done that. But like, death threats, man. Oh,
people are very, very passionate about jiu-jitsu.
There are people that are passionate about Hot Wheels cars.
I know.
This is a stupid hobby, just like anybody else's stupid hobby. Be a good person.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
First
right.
and foremost,
Just
right?
don't be a cunt.
Yep.
Just don't be a cunt.
Yep.
That's why I'm proud.
It's some like blue
They're
belt sitting in the corner on his
Not quite a twat, better than a cunt.
Not quite a cunt.
yeah.
They're twants.
Sitting on his little keyboard, being a warrior online and jealous because they're not living. I remember when so Hoist and the Valenci brothers were quite close for a while, and Grant had to go over and do his testing over there under Hoist to get his black belt. But they just recently promoted one of the girlfriends of the instructor to purple belt. Oh, the internet went crazy over that because, like, oh, how did she earn her? Like, you don't know. You don't train there.
That's the whole thing that shits me about this whole belt argument, you know, like, and you and I have talked about this a number of times, and we've had topics on it with the podcast, and you see it on Reddit all the time. And I put a post up on the 50+ jiu-jitsu group that I'm in, even just this morning, because some guy who's 53 just put up a post going, I know there's going to be naysayers out here that say this isn't important, but my wife's zero interest in this sport for me or this hobby for me, and I just got my brown belt and I wanted to share it with people who would understand. And I just I wrote back straight away. Huh?
That's sweet.
I think it's fucking awesome.
Yeah,
I said to him, you know, dude, it's no different from me getting my purple belt from you guys. You guys are better at this than me. You guys are teaching me how to be better at this than me. And if you then acknowledge for me that I am worthy of the next stage, why wouldn't I want to fucking stand up and celebrate that?
Good for you.
Why wouldn't I? So, I think in school, we're taught to do exams. We're taught to learn everything and build up to this exam, and you get an A, B, C, or a D, right? Yeah, or everyone gets a fucking participation award these days, but we'll move on from that. Yeah, that's different. When you go to work, you want promotions and you want pay increases, and everything we do, we're conditioned to benchmark. We're conditioned to, that's it, and to work for goals and all the rest of it. So fuck it, why can't I have that in jiu-jitsu?
That's why Gracie University works so well. Like, that's genuinely why, the art of gamification. Because when I bring up the belts with Rickson, because this is a personal debate for me, because I fucking hate it, because I didn't come up for belts or with belts. I remember the blue belt was like a goal, but like where I was coming up, it was like you throw 10 babies in the pool, kind of. You get that metaphor?
Yep.
Anybody else get it? Should I just say it?
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm never allowed to say this one. Every time I bring it up, Sheila's like, "Oh, cut!
Oh no, do it. Go and throw it out there, my friend."
10 babies in a pool, 8 of them drowned, 2 of them are Olympic swimmers.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's the shit show that I came from. It was like you just throw them in the pool. Like there was no like
survival of
here's
the
your
fittest.
white belt class.
That's it. Yeah.
Fuck off, white belt class. Go, don't die.
Yep.
Oh, did you die? Oh,
Yeah.
see ya.
Big dropout between white and blue, right?
Yeah. So that was a huge thing for me because I was the one that was always getting the white belts and the blue belts for the classes that I was running.
Yep.
Because I was a little bit more accepting, trying to teach, as opposed to like just don't die. Just don't die. You don't die, you come back. And for me, that stung. That stayed with me forever. But after the blue, it was just fuck, who gives a shit? Nobody respects the belts here whatsoever. We're all trying to murder fuck each other every single day.
Yep.
And it was awesome. Only certain people like that. I'm not going to be able to make that happen for anybody.
Yep.
Because the gamification was important for someone. For me, I remember when I got my brown belt, I was at war with this fucking brown belt. I was a purple all the time. Like, I'm gonna fucking murder this guy. Like, we were going hard, and I felt this pulling on my belt. Somebody pulling me off of him. I'm like, you do not stop this fucking fight. We were going for it, but it was the instructor putting the belt in behind my belt.
Oh.
And I was like, just fuck off. I'm trying to fuck this guy up. We're still friends to this day. I love that guy. Yeah. But that's where I was coming from. I was give a fuck about that. I nearly killed him. So everyone's different. And I love the way Rickson puts it, because the belts are for the sport. And that's in his view. And that's in the JJJF view. It's not for, you do the belts for the self-defense. There's no belt for self-defense. And I don't know how Hoist and them and the Valentes are doing it, because I think they test for the belts with the self-defense.
Yes.
So the way I've been told, and I don't know, because eventually this will become like a public thing, maybe, because it's always fucking hearsay. You never know what's happening in the jiu-jitsu community because things change every other week and one Gracie hates another Gracie and then all of a sudden there's a falling out. Who knows what comes next? I'm stuck in the middle. So all I know is that the belts were literally for sport. And then there were tests, kind of, where it was live sparring, but show me a sweep. Which one?
Oh, yeah.
Show me a sweep.
Yeah,
This vague thing. So I don't quite know what I'm going to do with my students because I've written out tests, and I have standards that I want to live by. But if we're doing belts, I don't know, what do they do with the Valentes? They do the navy blue belt.
So you start off with the white bar, and then your first degree is the navy blue bar. And then you get your stripes. No, I don't think you... Yeah, I think you get your stripes on either end, something that's your second degree. So it's way off. And it's not time-based. It's not with Hoist anyway. It's kind of
it's
at his discretion.
Okay.
I think they were aligned and then they're not
Fighting
so...
Foundations?
I think
That was
so.
the syllabus?
Yeah,
I don't know.
possibly.
Everybody changes every couple of years.
I know, and that's what I'm saying. Hoist and Valenti brothers were they were doing the testing for Hoist, and any Hoist Gracie black belts. That stopped, and I don't know how it's working now. We once COVID hit, because it was so hard for Luke's students to go over to America at that point, he kind of brought it all back in-house. And the black belts that had gone through and done that testing over in America, they kind of rewrote or created as best as they could the environment to do
That's cool.
for us. So
That's so cool.
what Grant went through wasn't what I had to go through, because you can't some, you know, when you go into a room, there's 100 black belts and they don't know you, they can put you through a testing process that's like, they don't care. They don't know you and you're going to fail. When your wife walks into the cage and you've got black belts that you've trained with since white belt, like me, like, do you know what I'm saying? So I don't think I got put through what Grant went through, but I still got put through the ringer.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then what we did with like Matt and the boys last year, that was like a version again, but we chose to do it in front of the student populace because we wanted it to be inspiring.
That's
so
cool.
what we did there was not quite what I went through. So it's like, you know, there's levels upon this, but you still do what you can to preserve.
I can't see my progression.
You're not going to.
No, and I can't see that in anything I do. I had a career for 30 years in the IT industry. I didn't see my progression, so I had to rely on other people seeing it for me. And
You should go on the internet and you should post what you do every day. They'll tell you.
I actually wanted to ask you, sorry, we'll
fucking ruined
segue
you.
for a second. And I kind of preempt your answer. I know what you're going to say at a superficial level, but I want to go a little bit deeper.
Straight dick joke.
You get dick joke. You get naysayers, right? I've stalked you. I know you get a lot of naysayers. Do you just switch off to that shit?
Oh, dude, I used to read them when I first started.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I hope I don't say anything. But like, I would like to personally blame Bill Hicks and Lenny Bruce and George Carlin and the movie Pump Up the Volume. Like there's oh God, there's a 90s one. So like just the idea of like you're gonna tell me not to say my opinion. Mm-hmm. That's always like
Red flag.
dude, fucking you picked the wrong guy.
Yeah, here it comes.
So I was mouthy to begin with, but then you're going to tell me not to be mouthy. Oh,
Yeah.
oh. So I'm going to double down. I'm going to Joe Strummer the shit out of this. I read the comments for a little bit thinking like, oh, man, I don't want to give Hickson a bad name.
Yep.
That's the only thing I gave a fuck about because like I'm wearing his patch and like I'm really proud to wear that patch, you know, because like, I don't know. Like, I feel like he's done something really good with his life and something presentable. It's like it's the Pedro Sauer kind of thing for me.
Pedro Sauer.
Oh, son of a bitch. That's my crush.
Is it?
Dude.
I've trained with him. So
See, everyone's got a crush, just so you know.
I've been out to lunch with him.
I went to dinner with him. Oh, God.
Oh, you two are ridiculous. Move on.
First off, like the man got to do all the cool things that I didn't get to do. Like he started with Elio and Hickson, and he got into he got to have a filmed fight with I think Mr. Utah or something. Like the man stands for Gracie Jiu-Jitsu. He went to battle for Gracie Jiu-Jitsu. What have I done? I fucking got in a fight at Waffle House. What the fuck? They spent a night
Outside
down
the pawn shop.
Yeah,
the best thing that
down the
Pedro
second
Sauer,
alley.
the best thing I reckon that's online about with Pedro Sauer was when he was walking through Brazil. I'm thinking it was Brazil, and a guy came and touched up his daughter.
Weird.
And
Friend was there.
he stalked this guy down, grabbed him, put him in a wrist like, you will say sorry to my daughter. And the guy's going, I'm so sorry. And it's all filmed and it's up for anyone to watch.
Philip Grappus was there with him. Just cracked his wrist like, you fucking mother, don't touch a man's daughter. Good man.
No, exactly. He's so calm with it though. Like it's beautiful.
Yeah, because that motherfucker's been to war.
Yeah.
So he's an actual gentleman.
Yes.
Like a genuine gentleman. I am oh man, I made a joke about it when last time I was at Hickson's. He's got an uke who's there all the time now. His name is James Driscoll. So you got another crush?
No. James has been here. We've played.
Been here?
He's been here. He come and hung out with us for a few days. We're friends with James. So
I fucking love James.
Yeah. So James has already run the archery for you. So he's
Genuine cool fucking guy.
Yeah.
He's out there helping Hickson teach at his
Yes.
house. And what was the segue on that? What was I talking about? I was talking about Pedro Sauer. And then moved into James. Oh, fuck. I completely forgot what I was going to say. It was a whole story.
You were saying he's a gentleman.
Yeah. Well, because Pedro's a gentleman, definitely. James, James.
No.
James is definitely a gentleman. But, I don't know, backtrack.
He said he's got an uke.
And okay, yeah, I remember. I forgot it. Sorry, I'll remember when if I listen to the podcast again one day. But I remember distinctly, like, Pedro Sauer, I got it. He represents the way I wish I could represent, but I'm the internet retard. So he's like a genuine gentleman. He's got like the clear past of the lineage and everything. I have nothing. I have had like Rickson guys go, who the fuck is this asshole? Like, I've been around a long time. I just haven't been in the room with you.
Yeah.
I really, really love it.
Yeah, and I made a joke about it to James one day. I was like, because I caught shit for the longest time. Like, because I would go over to Crohn's, I'd go over to Henry's, I'd go to all these places, I'd get my ass fucking handed, but like, I'm only there for a couple days. You know, like, I'm not a regular. Like, I bring in the mountain to Muhammad, like, I'm coming back here. And I do privates with Jason, Robic, I would fly over to Queensland, and I bring it back here. I go to Melbourne, I do it. So I'm traveling around doing the best I fucking can, but I'm not in the room getting my ass kicked on a regular basis, so I don't really exist. And I made a joke about it one day. I was like, I'm like the dog at the back door that Rickson, like, just decided to kind of pet and feed every once in a while. And James said the best shit. He was like, no, dude, you're like a border collie. You're like a dog, but you're useful.
Yeah, yeah.
You're like, you do tricks. I was like, you fucking...
They feed you for a reason.
Yeah. He's feeding you for a reason. You're useful. Yeah, we'll get something out of you eventually. So, I wish one day I could be a gentleman like Pedro, but I'm mostly like a border collie.
You're forever going to be the border collie.
Forever the border collie.
I saw the best meme about border collies the other day, and I'm going to send it to you now because they are such a
Send
tism
it
dog.
to James. This thing's filmed, right?
Yeah.
That's stuck in my fucking heart.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
You know the best thing about a Pedro Sauer seminar, and you haven't been to it.
No.
He's clone.
If he comes out again, we'll have him.
Okay.
If we can get him at Iconic.
Yeah.
But
Does he smell good?
I don't know. I don't think I've ever
Listen,
sniffed
give me a
him.
joke. I don't know.
But, everyone will whip out their phone and record when he teaches a move.
Yep.
But where the magic of his seminar is after he's finished teaching the move and then he goes into a story. And you sit there mesmerised listening to this man's stories about the old days and Alio and this experience and that
Fixing the
fight.
car, God.
Yeah.
I want to sit on a beach and drink ouzo with him. Yeah, like just fucking just shoot the shit. He's such a cool guy, just genuinely cool and a nice guy.
Yeah.
And that's so hard to come by in this. And it's kind of like Chris, because Chris has no enemies. Chris is a Machiavellian. Whereas like you have allies, not enemies. And I'm like, bitch, my fucking list of enemies is like a phone book. Everything I do is out of fucking spite at this point. Like, oh, you don't think I can do this?
Here I am.
I'm going to the fucking top, cunt. Yeah, he's like, no, friends. We're good. Oh, he stabbed me in the back 7 times. Hey, I'll be there at 7. Like, he's so good at being okay with this industry. I'm not. Pedro does it so well too, and like the thing is, like, I don't think anybody's ever fucked Pedro. Pedro's the shit.
Who would dislike
fuck
him?
with Who could
But have they always
dislike
been
him?
like this, or does this come with age and
No,
wisdom?
everyone has terrible stories. I'm not throwing Pedro under the bus.
No. Not asking you to, but I don't know how old's Pedro.
Oh, he'd be
Old enough to have done some terrible things.
Okay, yeah.
That's
So,
just like
and
all
that's
of
what I'm
us.
saying.
Yeah,
Like,
he's older
you're not there yet. Maybe you do get to the point where it's friends. Maybe age and where, although you're a tism, so I'm guessing not. Yeah. We never grow old.
I got nothing.
Yeah.
It's
That just made me understand you so much more.
There
I've
you
got
go.
it now.
the family or nothing.
I've got family or nothing.
Yeah,
That is
that's-
to a
that is
T.
me
I
to a
don't
T.
need your
Yeah.
30%.
Yeah, no.
Get
That's it.
You're either taking a bullet or you're not. Dude, no, thank you.
You just explained me to Rachel in like 30 words or less.
No
I just
measures.
unlocked like the next level of understanding.
Dude, no half
Yeah.
measures.
No, you're either in or you're out.
Yeah,
There's no
I got no
grey.
time for this
I
shit.
cannot do grey. I don't
no
get it.
fucking time for this shit.
No.
It's the fact that I'm still alive. I got even less time for this shit.
Wait till you get into your 50s. The whole world on that scope changes
That's
even
my
more.
son.
Yeah. How old's your son?
He's almost 4 November.
Yeah.
Is he going to be doing jiu-jitsu?
I don't know. It depends on him. So it's one of those things. He's not forced into it. He'll be raised with it, whether he likes it or not. Like, I said, don't let me touch your face. Let
Yeah.
me touch your neck. like fixing his bass and shit. I remember I had a really sweet moment with Rickson where he was, my son was with me. So my wife and my son, he was a little chunk. He was like a year, 2 years or something like that. And he was at the studio where they used to record back in L.A. And he was in there playing with Miss Cassia in the corner and shit. And he just out of nowhere was like, don't force him to train. I was like, oh, ooh, I'm getting advice. Because, like, I don't go out of my way. I got friends that, like, go to see Hicks, and I was like, what should I do about my taxes? Like, just leave him the fuck alone. And I don't want to ask him shit, man. He's just a dude, and I like the dude. But he, like, straight up gave some dad advice for me, and I was like, ooh, I'm listening. And he was like, you let him do his thing. If he wants to come to jiu-jitsu, he comes to jiu-jitsu. I was like, I'm going to live by that. And he's like, put him under the water. I was like, all right. So he's giving like, sweet, like, you should get him under the water, throw him in the air. And I did all these things without my wife looking. So there was a test where you throw the kid in the air. They get scared when they get high. Like, they're not really meant for fighting. You know, like, my son loved it. So I'm worried. Like, I threw him as high as I could. And I caught him. He was like, and I was like, oh, that's gonna
shit.
bad.
Wait till he's bigger than you.
We took him to the pool, and because he was like, you put him under the water, they just instinctively swim. And I was like, well, if he dies.
If he dies, he dies.
So we dumped him under the water, and he was like, bloop, 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 just did his thing. So, like, anytime he points me in a direction, I'm like, I'll give that a shot, man. You know, like, point your pinky up. Like, I'll do that. I'll give it a go, man. But no, I'm not going to force him into doing anything other than, like, be smarter than me. So, like, that fucker's getting Shakespeare. He's not going to sit around and just listen to Black Flag and smoke pot. So he's going to take the mom route because the mom forced herself to be smart. She went to college on her own fucking dime. She got an Oscar. She's doing this. Like, me? Whoa. I'm here to protect. That's the only thing I'm here to do.
He'll love it because you do it.
Does your wife train?
She did, actually. She got to blue with me.
Yep.
And first time she trained, she broke her back.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, dude, jiu-jitsu's stupid.
Fuck.
Every school you go to is like a 50-50 shot of I'm going to break my fucking back. Sorry. I'm supposed to be an ambassador for this shit. Dude, like most schools...
So this wasn't with you?
No, this is in Canada.
Okay.
She went to I think it was a Gracie school in Canada, and like someone did something, cracked her fucking spine. And then she moved over to Australia for work at some point, and her company said she could use this gym for the company, and she went to the gym and saw jiu-jitsu at the gym. And then she showed up at the jiu-jitsu class, and she was like, boy, that's the guy. And she would not leave me alone. She like Pepe Le Pew'd me.
Point you down.
She fucking did.
Poor thing.
I was like,
Smart woman.
No.
We do not feel sorry for you at all.
Oh man, I'm in heaven. She forced me to be happy. So I was like, I was living in a closet.
Not that closet, just a closet.
No, it's that closet. She dragged me out kicking and screaming. She fucking...
Pick the other lane, Tizon, pick the other lane.
I'm okay with that lane. I love how this is the most manly sport, and I'm like the least manly dude. I grew up with pink flamingos. No, I'm fine. No, you can be latently gay. I'm just gay. Fucking, she dragged me she dragged me out of suffering, you know, because I was just needlessly suffering. Mm-hmm. And she's like, come on, man, let's get your life together.
It's better.
Yeah, and she's so nice. She's so sweet. And she put up with me through COVID, and we lived together, and I was teaching her, and then moved out to Arizona. She took one for the team on that one. She was like, okay, I'll move to America. I'll stop being an adult, and we'll go over to America. And when we went there, she got her blue belt under me. And she hasn't been able to train since because we had a kid, and we moved back here, and it's been a snowball of work, and she was going to come back, but now we're planning on having another one maybe, so... We'll see. I'm never going to let her stop.
Yeah, but she likes it.
Yeah, she loves it.
Okay.
She loves it. The physical contact, the dopamine of winning and shit. Like, she loves sparring. She's Eastern Bloc. She fucks men up.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't... It's not just hip escapes. I'm giving submissions. So, like, she's guillotining motherfuckers and shit. I remember somebody at our office was like, I don't think you could take me. She's fucking them up.
Yeah.
So she's good. She's a good blue belt. Hopefully she comes back eventually, but I'd rather have a daughter. So we'll see what happens.
Willow gets that quite a lot. Willow's our almost 16-year-old daughter and gets underestimated quite a lot about, you know, whether or not she can take kids or other kids in the area and everything. And you've seen what we've got downstairs. So quite often she'll invite friends over. Hey, let's go hang out in the gym.
Let me show you what I can do.
And they learn real quick, like, yeah, I actually can. So
Nice.
yeah, it works. It works well.
It's good for kids, man. This
It
is. I'm working on a program with Joe Mendoza. Joe Mendoza is a black belt under Rickson, and he runs the JAB program, so Jiu-Jitsu Against Bullying in LA.
Oh, wow. Nice.
And
Okay.
that's been like a program in the making for a fucking long time.
That's a really good name.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Yeah, he loves it. It's Team Rickson Gracie. It's a whole thing. Like, oh, we get to use Team Rickson Gracie? I don't know. There's a lot of legal ramifications, but that syllabus, I think they just put that up on the BJJ Project. So maybe that's out there. But I also have my man Vinny teaching how to talk to kids and how to teach kids how to talk to a bully. And it's not like, I don't like that. There is so much cool shit from the Gracie family that I've learned over the years. And the one thing I've never learned properly is how to teach kids, because they grow up strong as fuck. Like Vinny's like, I don't like that.
Yep.
And like dead silence and stares you in the eye. I'm like,
Okay.
yeah, oops, I'm sorry. Like, he's straight down the line, and it's the way that they raise their kids to speak up for themselves. Yep. And I love it. I want to push that program as hard as I can until the day I die. And I also want to push Scott McVeigh in Scotland, Women's Empowerment Program, September 22nd. So I'm working with that group of guys, like Luis Heredia, Silvio Bering, I said the last name wrong. I can't pronounce shit. There's a lot of really cool people involved on trying to help with the women's self-defense and the kids' self-defense, because the sport's cool, man. You don't need to be pushing it anymore. We're good.
Yep.
I think everybody knows it's there, and you're doing great. Put on your tights and go get them. I want the self-defense for kids and women.
Yep.
That's the thing I'm trying to give the rest of my time to. Also, knife fighting. Oh, more knife stuff. Before I'm dead. I had a lot of gun work. I want more knife work.
Especially when living in Australia.
Yeah, I know. You can get guns here. I love that Americans think you can't have guns. Like, no, you can have guns. It's the same as if I could have got one at Taco Bell. Like, you can get a gun anywhere.
You just can't buy them in.
Yeah, you just can't buy them at Walmart.
the bad guys here didn't get the memo that you can't have guns.
Yeah.
And so, you know, it's a
but
thing.
the bad guys tend to only shoot each other up, so it's all good.
Yeah, there's a bit caught in the crossfire every so often.
Dude, there was a knife thing that happened at Moringa Mall over by where I live. I literally was on the other side of town because I lived right next to the mall. I was like, there's live on Manly Observer, like, somebody's in the Kmart with a knife. And I'm like, fuck.
I'm not there.
That would have been fucking cool, you know? Like, because there's probably some dipshit with a knife. I'm like, it's going to be good for business. Like, go in there.
Give me some likes.
Yeah, give me
Maybe
some
in
more
hospital,
likes.
but they'll give me some likes.
Fucking if there's one thing I got from Ray, it's improvised shields.
Yes.
So, I want to really, because I got my man Darian over in Reno teaching a lot of firearms and firearms retention, and not just knife defense, but knife retention, because America is fucking different. So it's not just self-defense, it's self-offense. So I want to concentrate a lot on that too. But teaching the kids is the very first fucking step. So, I don't know, come up with a better kids program to teach Rickson's style.
And to engage in the kids too. It's not just about teaching them, put your hand here, put your leg there. You've got to be able to communicate on a completely different level to engage kids and keep them in. And when you've got 10, 15, 20 or 30 kids, that's almost like having 10 different languages that you have to be able to speak to engage. And then not only do you have to then learn those 10 different languages, but you might have 5-year-olds through to 10-year-olds, which brings another layer of complexity to it as well. So I take my hat to anyone who does kids well. I take my hat off, because I've had 5 kids and it's fucking hard.
It's fucking insane. I did the bully proof classes for a while because I ran a CTC. The Gracie University, and I would have to take the bully proof class every once in a while. Anarchy.
Yep.
Fucking anarchy, because I can't keep their attention, because you know how I keep adult attention? Dick jokes.
Yeah.
How do you keep kids' attention?
Well,
Fucking A. Like, I'm not throwing out dick jokes to the fucking kids. So, like, I can't keep them engaged.
You've got like 2 minutes to work with a kid.
Man, so there's time parameters. Like, a certain age gets 30 minutes tops. Fuck. You go past 30 minutes, anarchy.
Yep.
Certain age gets 45 minutes. Certain age gets the fucking full hour. We have a private student, and I just teach him Rickson stuff, and he's out there winning gold. You know, like that, it works. But if it's private, and I give him the golden.
He's got your whole focus, and you're getting down into minutiae.
I've got a kids instructor at our academy, Dean, and Dean holds court.
Yep.
That's why he was hired in a heartbeat. Like, the second I saw him teach a kids class at his academy, I was like, you need to come over here now. I will pay you in advance.
Yeah.
So you got him running the kids' courses.
And it does. It literally can make or break, right? It makes a different thing.
Man.
And, you know, we watched that with Iconic, with Grant and Rach. And Rach does all the little kids, right? And you can talk more to this, but takes on the little kids, and she's got coaches that will come on with her because they've got a lot of kids. And you sit on the bleachers and you're like, patience of a saint. Not a shit chance in hell would I be on those mats with you right now. Like, no.
I'd be getting hit with noodles and a ball.
I'd be being abused by parents. It's like, what the fuck are you doing in the home front right now? Because that kid's just off tap. Yeah. So hat off to you. Yeah. Me too. Yeah.
I'm yelling at grown adults like they are children.
Yeah. Doing it at the kids. And then it's like Grant with the teens, right?
The teens works. I can do the teens.
Oh, teens are fun. And
Cool.
the thing with teens is that the more like
Awkward.
grown-ups you teach them, the more respect they'll give you.
Yeah. And the more dick jokes you give teens as well.
You got to slip them. But throw in like a funny joke here and there, and maybe swear every once in a while, and you get the respect.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool
Yeah, because he's not trying to be above us. He's down in the weeds with us.
He's an idiot like us.
Yeah, that's it.
My favorite are those super awkward ones that are going through puberty. Oh my God, it's like, I can't do the move. Like, I know you can't. I can't help you. Fuck. That's just terrible.
Back to in 8 months.
I'm seeing it in a year. Come back in a year, he comes back, I got this. Yeah, fuck, I don't want any problems.
Yes, sir.
Dude, well, fuck, I had like a 15-year-old come in, and I was like, oh, there's no fixing that. He came back like a year later, 7 foot fucking tall. I was like, damn, I'm sorry. So,
hello, sir.
Make friends while you can. I'm coming back to kill you. That's why I'm so nice to Will. Will's like 26 and I'm fucking 43. I'm like, Will, just don't kill me, man. I'm tired.
Be nice.
Just be nice to me.
Be nice. So we've got listeners out there that are listening and curious about the jiu-jitsu non-sport side of things and breaking it down. What is the synopsis for you? How do you explain that this is worthwhile and why is the legacy so important?
Jesus, it's not my job. I'm not here to try and convince you to do something I'm passionate about. I think, if anything, the fact that I'm passionate about it has made people go like, oh, well, he cares. Maybe I should care more. That might help. It's a lead by example kind of thing. Mm-hmm. Like, if you hate me, it's 43 years of people hating me. Fucking the best thing I ever heard was from Haueter. Haueter said, feed the hungry, not the bloated. Because I was whining. We were in a long car ride. LA sucks. We were in a long car ride and we're shitting on things. And we're shitting on that guy. We're shitting on this guy. We're shitting about this thing. Lizard people. And then eventually it got to the point where I was complaining that like I did all this hard fucking work collecting this specific version of knowledge because I was asked to. And I was like, this is my goal. I'm doing this. I'm organizing. It's ready to go. I don't want it. How do I fucking make someone want this? You know, like, it was like, you don't. Like, you feed the hungry, not the bloated. Like, you wanted it. You wanted it that fucking bad. You can selling your shit. Like, you wanted it. Somebody else out there wants it. And those are the people that you're going to, again, you run it up the flagpole, you see who salutes. You do a full levy. That's it. You do a David Bowie. Like, you do you, and some people are going to be like, fuck yeah, David Bowie. And some people are like, fag. Like, it's just the way it is. Like, some people are going to hate, some people are going to love it. Don't waste your time trying to make one side and the other side mix. I want to save Gracie Jiu-Jitsu for self-defense. And that doesn't mean I don't want to roll around like an idiot on the ground, because that's where we find new toys to play with. But if you don't put a clear line in the sand, that one's going to get lost. Like, lost. Because this side over here is yelling about it being McDojo. Like, it would never work over here. Like, yeah, because I can't heel kick you in the face.
Yep.
Like, that works because I can heel kick you in the face. Yeah, but if you heel kick me in the face, we're going to be in a fight. What the shit are we talking about? I don't understand where did we leave this conversation? Because I started because I wanted to get out of a headlock. And for some reason, I'm over here doing an inverted fucking wrist lock from underneath half guard. What the fuck happened in my life where someone lied me to that? Like, you're learning self-defense. Like, all right. Yeah, no. So, like, I want to tell this story until the day I die. Like, that, I was a fucking blue or purple. And I ended up in a fight underneath in half guard with a fucking arm, like the American or the Kimura. I don't know. It's like 20 fucking years ago. But he's banging my fucking head in the concrete. He's holding my hair. And I'm like looking at his wife yelling at us, looking at my wife yelling at us. And I'm like, I thought I knew how to fight. This is not good. Like, I don't think this is working. And he's not tapping. Nothing's happening. So that was my, like, make it or break it moment.
Yep.
Because I've been in a lot of fights, like, had my head bashed in a million fucking times. That's why I wanted to learn how to defend myself. And then I thought I knew how to defend myself. And I didn't defend myself using what I learned to defend myself.
Yep.
And then, like, not to fucking tell more stories, but, like, I was doing jiu-jitsu at the same time I started doing MMA. And when I was going to MMA, I started winning rounds doing jiu-jitsu in MMA. And I was like, wait a minute. So jiu-jitsu is better than MMA. So I got to learn jiu-jitsu. I'm off doing jiu-jitsu. But I ended up going off to jiu-jitsu thinking that's going to be better than MMA. And I'm learning lasso guard.
Yep.
And then an MMA guy that I started with came in and did some jiu-jitsu. And he just didn't move. And it didn't work. And then, like, that didn't sit well with me. Like, okay, so maybe I should have been doing MMA. And there's, like, this middle ground that you could be doing that's functional for both. And no one wants to believe it. No one, not even the self-defense guys. Like, oh, well, I don't want to roll with those idiots. Like, go roll with the idiots. Go get footlocked. It's good for you. It builds character. Good God. Just go say tap. It's not a fight.
Yep.
Like, well, I could have put a thumb in his eye and fucking bit his balls off. Dude, you can get good at jiu-jitsu by doing jiu-jitsu. You don't get good at jiu-jitsu by playing pretensies. Like, yes, you can know the curriculum and the self-defense, but if you're not in the shit, when shit goes down, you're going to have a fucking panic attack. You're going to see tunnel vision. You're going to freak out. If you're over there getting your ass handed to you and you're playing the game of jiu-jitsu, you're going to be much more inoculated to the idea of a self-defense scenario. So doing the sport of jiu-jitsu, I think you have to do it if you want to get good at jiu-jitsu. Doesn't mean you do it.
Yeah.
You can literally come over here and do dance moves for the rest of your life and feel completely confident and comfortable. And maybe that'll save your ass a million times over because you did a wrist release and said the word no. Shit, fuck, dude. Why would you not want to know that? Meanwhile, there's no version of me over here that wants to know how to do reverse Del Evo. Again, and I'm never throwing Del Evo under the bus. I can't say anything can never say anything. Everyone gets mad. But there's no version of me that wanted to know that. I didn't need to know that, and I still don't need to know that. Right? So putting a hook in as a defensive hook to push him off into the side to regain a guard, I guess that's technically reverse Del Evo. So that's important that I found that by accident, right?
Yeah.
So the two coexist, whether I like it or not, but I'm not trying to tell anyone you should be over here. Because the people over here, you should be over here too. You should be in the middle.
Yep.
You should have a balance between the two, because if you go too far in any direction, one, you're probably the guy wearing cargo pants and sneakers on the mats talking about biting someone's eyeball.
Yep.
Or you're over here in tights and you're upside down. This fucking middle lane, dude. Try and find the middle lane before it's too late.
And I will say, I think you guys do that really well.
I think that's
pants?
really no.
If
The
you're not
middle
wearing
lane.
combat boots and cargo pants, you're not doing actual
I
fighting.
don't know. Grant's been wearing a lot of cargo, khaki lately.
Working like Kubitons.
Hey, they're called dad pants, I'll have you know.
That's where I carry all of my weapons.
That's it. The
That's
dad
a
pants.
huge fan of them, isn't
The
it?
dad
And
pants.
I've got pockets so I can put
It's
stuff.
all the pockets.
I don't know what's happening in this fucking place.
Yeah.
I came in here blind. All I know is I have a spear. At my
It's all right.
disposal.
Look, if it's any consolation, we let Driskill leave the property as well, so you're safe. It's okay. You'll get off.
Let him leave. He's majestic. It's like capturing a fucking like a majestic
Unicorn.
jaguar.
Because he was doing too much. What do we call it? Archery, and he was starting to get better than me, so he had to go. He had to go.
Is it compound or recurve?
Matthew, compound. Yeah, compound.
Nice. I
Yeah,
did
yeah.
it for fucking years. I can't bend my elbow anymore, so I just stopped doing it. It's just
Oh, good. So there's still a chance I can beat you.
oh, most likely.
Okay, good. You may stay.
I'll stick with a 43. Thank you very much. Been stockpiling 9 shells for years. My house is like the foundation of the house is 9mm. Waiting for the apocalypse.
You're going to get along with him just fine. Wait till you see the bunker he's planning.
Oh, don't tell
now you
anyone
told
about that. There's no bunker.
I just didn't tell you where.
There is no spoon.
There's no spoon.
I have a bunch of gold in it, it's buried under a tree. Or is it?
Or is it? That's
that Ron
right.
Swanson?
Yeah. And there is air, not. Okay, so you're moving towards a female program and a
It's
kids
already
program.
made it.
Okay.
So I have what I teach, and it's, well, the Women's Empowerment Program is kind of sort of in the making right now. It's a once a year occurrence where we make it a big deal, but we want to make it, well, Scott, not we. I'm not a fucking part of it. I'm the collie. I'm the border collie. Of the
Well,
back
yeah,
door.
yeah.
They were super nice enough to let me on the Zoom call.
Yep.
I
They're
like how
giving
they
you a
had this-
bone.
Dude, they had a Zoom call before the Zoom call about should we let the idiot in. For real. They told me that was fucking funny. And one of them was like, all right, should we let him in? I was like, I don't know, man. Call Hickson. Hickson's like, all right. I was like, fucking thanks.
Let the puppy dog in.
Let the dog in. He's not going to pee on the rug. Like, I get it. I'm not the best rep, but I swear to God, I got the best intentions. So I'm going to pee on the rug. Yeah, so the idea is, so it needs to be more regular. It needs to be more spoken. And it's not just, here's a move. It's, okay, well, why don't we talk about legal ramifications? Why don't we talk about situational awareness, verbal de-escalation? Like, make this a real thing.
Yep.
Not just, here's some Gracie moves. You know, like we would have.
It's the whole package.
Yeah, and that's important. Because
is.
that's what I do for my curriculum. I want the whole package. I want you guys to understand all of this stuff.
Yep.
Then you can go upside down. That's fine. Go upside down. Dude, you're supposed to have fun. My whole thing with my students, like I'm kind of like, I'm your dad. I don't want you to touch a hot pan. I think you should put money in your 401k. And like
That's superannuation for all those here.
yeah. Superannuation. You put your money away. It doesn't mean you're not going to go off and do cocaine and get a dragon tattooed on your neck. Like, you fucking might. But at least I tried. Probably don't get the tattoo of the dragon on your neck. But you can go and do lesson card. Rock and roll. You do you. When it comes to the foundational stuff, I make that, like I blend up the vegetables and I hide it in the spaghetti sauce for every single class.
So you can teach kids.
Without swearing, no. So you got to make it gamified, like super game. If anything, that's where ecological learning dynamics and shit works better for kids. Make it a game. But for the women's self-defense program, like all of my guys do it. Like my adult men have been learning the women's self-defense program that I've been making for years. But Rickson has his finished, from what I've heard.
Okay.
He was talking to Scott the other day. He was like, "Yeah, Rickson's happy. He's got his finished." I was like, "Where?"
Where is it?
Yeah,
And
anytime
how
he's-
do I get it?
Yeah.
Anytime he's sharing something, I'm like, you tell me when. I'm there.
You're there.
Yeah, for real. Like, anytime that fucker says jump, like, if he wants me to mow the lawn, fuck, dude, I'm on the next flight. Dude, I'm sorry. I got your back.
It's, we talked about this a while ago. Everybody has their heroes, right? They're superheroes in their space, whatever the thing is that you're doing. And there's this thing about don't ever meet your heroes because all of a sudden they fall from grace and you realise they're just humans and that. So it's nice to hear you.
Dude, he's still a normal guy. That's why I like him, is because he's not, like, all right, so you ever watch Northern Exposure?
Yes.
Fucking my favorite show of
TV
all
show.
time.
Okay.
It's one of the
I
greatest
haven't
shows.
seen too much of it, but I started.
Oh, go
All right,
review
get
it.
back
I
into
think it's on Prime. I think you can watch all of it on Prime. There's only 6 seasons.
I live in such a bubble. No idea.
You got to watch it.
Yeah, okay.
You'll love it.
Okay.
It's on.
Northern.
It's definitely on Spurger's Lane.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So, you ever watch Parks and Rec?
No.
Okay, so Parks and Rec, a bunch of different characters under one roof. Each character is a part of you. And you're going to see you in each of those characters, so you identify with the show whether you like it or not.
Oh, cool.
Northern Exposure, the entire thing is basically Joseph Campbell. So it's one big mushroom, and all the little mushrooms coming out, it's all one big mushroom. It's this tiny little town, and I'm not going to ruin that fucking story for you because all these characters are a piece of you, whether you like it or not. And there's one character, Chris in the Morning, who's the radio show host, and he's like the voice of the show, the background. And at one point in one of the shows, he's talking about Walt Whitman, and he starts talking about how Walt Whitman was gay. And one of the characters takes offense to it because he thinks he's diminishing him for being gay, and he beats him up Chris. He's like, you don't chop a hero down at his knees, and this whole fucking thing. And it was one of the best fucking episodes. Maurice beats the shit out of Chris, and he's like, I didn't mean to take away the mystique and the majesticness of this.
The essence of the person.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just because he liked fucking other men doesn't mean he's not a great poet. But that's a whole Maurice thing. You got to watch the show to understand it.
Yep.
But I've met my heroes. I go out of my way to meet my heroes because I had childhood heroes. So like you get that secondary father figure, and you kind of hunt for some order and semblance in your life, like Joseph Campbell shit. And I've met a bunch of them, and they've been a bum out, like massive bum out. It doesn't mean I don't appreciate their work, but when you meet the person, you're like, ugh.
Yep.
You know, and that's happened a few times for me because like I'm gonna live one time. Why would I not want to fucking meet them? But I have a line in the sand with Rollins. I will never meet him. You can't take him away from me.
Just in case.
Let me rephrase that. He can't take him.
Yep. So you'll never ever meet the person. Yep.
He does not have the shot to take himself away. But meeting Rickson, that didn't happen. Rickson's gone above and beyond and been a cool guy. So there's a difference. It's not like I'm just like, oh, fuck, it's Rickson. I was like, no, that's the jiu-jitsu that I was chasing. It's just really lucky that was the person. Because I've got a lot of great knowledge where the person attached to it is a turd.
Yes.
I mean, a lot of great knowledge is attached to a fucking wiener of a man.
Yep.
Or a woman. When I got to the top of that crest, it was attached to a genuinely cool guy.
Yep.
And that's why I'm like, I'm with you. I got you back. What can I do to help you?
Yep.
Right? I'm not just going to take that knowledge and teach it in another way and fuck that guy.
Yep.
No, this guy's cool and he's trying to help, and I want to help him try and help.
So you got both. You got the knowledge that you're in love with that has helped
so it's
you.
Less of a chasing the hero kind of thing. And it was more of the, ironic, the hero's journey. So like the literal hero's journey, like coming back with the boons. You know, like, slayed the dragon kind of shit. You know, and the dragon turned out to be another person I didn't fucking looked up to and turned out to be a dick. So it's a bum out.
It is.
Know, but meeting him was not a bum out. And Miss Cassia is the best. The Rickson and Cassia are the sweetest people. They're genuinely nice and trying to help. Yep. Because I've worked with a lot of people, and almost every single one of them was nice and trying to help. If you can't see me, it's air bunnies. They're fucking like, hey, will you teach these classes until the numbers build up and we'll pay you more?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks. Yeah. Just give.
Did you build up a purple belt? The purple belt's taking your class now.
Yeah. Thanks for that.
We'll put you onto these classes over here for less. What the fuck just happened?
Yep. They're the takers of the world, right?
There's a lot of them.
Yeah, there is. And it sucks when you meet them if they've been your hero for whatever reason coming down. So it's lovely and refreshing to hear this side of your, I guess, experience with him. Yeah. And to know that it's not just the knowledge base. You're in love with the knowledge base.
Oh, yeah.
But the man himself is also human.
Cool. He's super cool.
Yeah.
Like, and the fact that he puts up with guys like me and Jack.
Border collies can be cute sometimes too, right? So like, but you,
Jack's
right?
legit.
So like, he's got you around for a reason.
Jack came up under Dave Kama, and Jack's like legit. I'm just the asshole. I'm the border collie. No, I really do respect what he's done and what he's doing, and I want to be a part of the future of what he's trying to achieve.
Yep.
Like, regardless, I'm still going to be teaching what he taught me because that's the most efficient thing I've ever been taught. And like his words exactly, if you learn something more efficient, come and teach me.
Yeah.
So if I learn something more efficient, that's what I'll be teaching, regardless. It still doesn't mean I like that guy.
Yeah.
A lot. He's fucking cool. He's never been a dick to me. It's it'll be interesting to see what he comes up with the women's self-defense thing. So I'm very interested. I'm very curious.
We'll have to get you back to tell us all about it as it comes to fruition.
Yeah, well, fucking fingers crossed. I can't wait for it.
But I am mindful of time.
Yes.
So do you have questions?
I know. I've loved hearing all of your stories today. Thank you so much for coming and sharing it all with us. It's been really cool to get to know you on a deeper level rather than
Should ask more porn story stuff.
well, you know.
Oh, we're getting you back, so there's always openings for that and the other rest of it.
You are a bit of an internet sensation. I love your reel you put out as, "Hi, my name's Chris. You probably know me from the internet."
Yeah. Sorry for me. Sorry for me.
There's a great movie called SFW, and every time they put the camera on him, it's like, hi. Just a complete douche about it. He was like, I'm not a DJ. I just play one on TV. I'm like, yeah, you might know me from the internet. Like, this is the stupidest job, and it's become a job for me. I did not see this coming. I honestly thought that this was going to be like, I teach jiu-jitsu. I run a small academy. I'm happy. I'll film some instructionals. That's it, man. I illustrate.
Put out a bit of content, try and get a few likes for students. And
no, I did Instagram because I was told to.
Right.
I was told you have to put a bunch of hashtags and post a photo like every week so that people will see the hashtags and they'll go to your academy to get more students. This is like people saying that's how you run an academy. I'm like, fine. So I got one of the students who's a photographer, started taking pictures, and I put the hashtags and I posted it. And somebody was like, look at you, Mr. Internet. And I was like, I had no idea what was coming.
It does work though, because again, you can throw a bunch of names at me and I'll look at you like a blank space because it will mean nothing to me. But you must have posted something a while ago and I got stuck on it and I was watching you and
Tell me it was the hip escape.
I don't know. I'd have to go back through your Instagram page but I followed you back then not because of jiu-jitsu so much, you were funny.
yes.
And I understood you.
Take that, Eliza.
Tism.
Funny.
You're a personality. You're not dry. And I think that's really important too, because so much stuff out there is like, and
Dry and horrible and batshit
someone
boring.
pinnacle as a coach who you will listen to and literally go off to sleep listening to, right? That has incredible knowledge, but you just can't
there's no
take it on
execution.
board. So when
You put it on fast forward and have a cup of coffee because you got to study. That's important.
Yeah, but when you go fast forward, then play it backwards just as fast. It's hilarious.
that's when you hear the demonic.
It depends on how many gummies you've had in the process.
Oh, God, it's so hard to study.
Don't even say that. I start uni on the 3rd of November, so we're not even going to go there.
No, I have gone to the 2-speed on certain coaches.
Yeah, no idea. I go on 3-speed for everybody. That's my job. So Tuesdays and Thursdays are study and message days because I have another instructor that teaches, and I pop in and teach anyways. I'm fucking boring. But Tuesdays and Thursdays, I get the place to myself so I can concentrate, and I have to review whatever's happening in the world so I can shit on it. So, you escape by doing this, this, and this. Like, no, like this, and this, and it doesn't work. I have to be able to explain that to my students so that they don't go down this path. Mm. So if I can't explain that thing, like, who am I? It's like, well, have you ever seen you rolling at the highest level? Like, dude, I started when there was VHS tapes. Like, no, you're never going to see me. Like, who knows who I am? But I do know that you don't need to know that. You need to know this and this. And I got 20 years of banging my head on a brick wall to tell you, I promise, you just need to know this part. So.
And I think that's what one of them, whatever it was that I saw, it was kind of that explanation. And you had delivered it in a way that I understood it. So I'm like, bang, follow you. Now, I had no idea what your name was. You just kept coming up on my feeds every so often, and I'd be like,
that's the algorithm.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, thanks. And then Rach called me on Friday and said, hey, I'm going to this seminar, come with me, blah, blah, blah. Who are we going to? This guy means nothing. I don't know, let's go, rock on down.
She doesn't know names. I'm like, you know him. It's okay, you trust me.
You know him. And then as we were driving down, she started saying something about you becoming this Instagram, internet kind of person. And I went, oh, hang on, I think I follow him. And I picked it up and I'm like, oh, no, I do follow him. Yeah, he's really funny. This will be fun. This will be awesome. But you have a very similar delivery and it's really hard. Like for me to learn, I need to be engaged. You need to capture my interest. And jiu-jitsu doesn't in itself capture my interest.
Oh, it's boring as shit.
Yeah, thank you. But
I'll agree to disagree. I really like jiu-jitsu, but go on.
it frustrates
You two
me.
can talk to each other.
Jiu-jitsu frustrates me.
I've got physical puzzles. Like I'm obsessed with physical puzzles. You know, like little things to think about. And I'm like playing around, dicking around. Ooh, solved it. I'll put it back together. So I can see why it's interesting to some people because I'm a physical puzzle guy. I'm Chinese puzzle box kind of guy. I'm not hammer fix. Yeah, hammer's the most efficient. But let me see, let me play with this. So I'm with you. But like the teaching of jiu-jitsu, it has become, oh my God, it's become so brutal. You got people that are trying to be the most academic person in the room. I'm not shitting on anyone specifically. Mm-hmm. It's like people have heard someone being academic and tried to parrot the academic.
Yes.
Yep.
And someone who's not academic using words that they don't know the definition. Like they're just saying things and they don't click right with me. It's like the juxtaposition of the photosynthesis. Like, you break leg now. Yeah. Like just fucking teach me. I need dumb. Yeah. So I know I'm not alone. Like, no. I'm not a Cliff Notes guy. Like I genuinely indulge. Like I want to read the book, but
I need the minutiae. I need the why. Yeah. I don't just need the do.
Everyone's different too. Yeah, like the physical versus visual versus audible. Yeah. Like none of them work for me. I'm like shove a brick in my head kind of guy. Like because I know what I'm supposed to do and I know what I'm supposed to know. The only thing I've got going for me is discipline. That's it. If you had pointed me in the right direction, I would have just been a killing machine. That would have been like you ever seen Grosse Point Blank? If somebody had picked me up at the right fucking time, that moral gray area.
You can just hear Matt giggling in the background. It's like he gets this shit, obviously.
Have you seen the sequel? War Inc. It is one of the greatest movies I've ever seen in my entire life, and I quote it to this fucking day. War Inc. I could have easily fallen into a different lane, given the chance, but I was in this weird spot. Yeah. It's so good. Marissa Tomei. Oh.
How are you, Rach?
We're trying to talk.
Yeah. The men are talking. Leave them alone.
There's this whole fucking thing where discipline works for me. If I have something like do this, this, and this equals this, like it works for me. Meanwhile, if I have to go balls deep, like I read Being in Time by Martin Heidegger, and I forced myself to do it. And I fucking nearly shot myself doing that. There's some knowledge you didn't fucking need to shove in, but I shove it in anyways. I just fucking cut it off and fill that void with, Simpsons quotes.
Crawl atop me and meet your doom.
Meet your doom. You gotta say it with the
right.
Doom.
Go on.
No, I was going to say at this point of the episode.
Guy incognito. I can do Simpsons quotes for 3 fucking hours.
No.
Tism Lane.
Kaz has checked out.
Yeah. Never got through an episode of Simpsons. Blasphemy.
No.
Yeah, true.
You gotta give those fucking seasons 3 through 6.
Man. No, I can't.
How dare you?
Just no.
I love all the things that come out now. Where The Simpsons knew.
Yeah, they predicted this 20 years ago.
Yeah, but what's happening is they're just recreating the cartoons to match what's happening. So that couple that got caught at the Coldplay concert.
That was hilarious. I'm sorry. That was just hilarious.
The Simpsons knew. And
The Simpsons knew that somebody was going to have an affair and get caught on camera.
Oh, as they do. All right, well,
surprising.
Look, I'm really mindful of time as well. And we do this really special thing at the end of our episodes. And I'm going to let Kaz explain it because she's got a whole tattoo about it. Go ahead.
Okay.
There is an acronym that we as a family have instilled in our upbringing and beliefs that we raise our kids against, and that is hope. Help one person every day. And it basically comes from that, you know, everybody will go through life and learn how to take. Very few are taught how to just give and give unconditionally.
I like you.
Oh, thanks. So, you know, and we say all the time, it could just be opening a door for somebody. It could be buying the person behind you a coffee. It could be smiling at somebody. You know, it doesn't have to be a huge gesture. But in each day, if you can help one person, then what the fuck, why wouldn't you? So I have hope in tattooed on my arm. Help one person every day. And at the end of these episodes, it's about, we ask everybody sitting in the room to give their hope. What do you hope our listeners will take from this episode? What's the thing that you're hoping that you gave in this episode? So we'll give you some time to think. We'll kick off. Rach, my love, what's your hope?
My hope is that, you know, we have a lot of academy owners listening out there. We have a lot of, and I know for a fact we have academy owners that are sitting out there that have a very sportive school under them. There is a lot to be learned from the self-defense. There's a lot to be learnt from Gracie Jiu-Jitsu, and that's where I came up under. Integrating it's not going to take away from the other stuff that you do. It just fills out the picture. That's how I see it. You know, you have a more holistic viewpoint of what Jiu-Jitsu is if you can learn to incorporate that in on it. And a lot of, I believe, I know I had two disagreeers in the room, but I believe that a lot of people do walk through that door to start with because they have this curiosity about, I want to know how I can look after myself. And then they come into the jiu-jitsu and they learn all the stuff and then they become addicted to that because it's a dopamine hit and it's really fun and it's curious and it's a puzzle and it's all these other things that happen. And they forget about that because they're getting fed something else. Bring that back in. Keep a little bit of that part of your life because, as you know, Chris said on earlier, you know, it's a section of the jiu-jitsu that's going to be lost forever if we don't kind of maintain a little bit of it or, you know, a lot of it. So that's my viewpoint. That's what I hope our listeners got out of today.
Nice.
What do you hope, Kaz?
I'm gonna go something similar, maybe a little bit different. I think there is a lot to be said for history. And I think we're in a culture and a society right now where we're so quick to tear down history and try and forget it and eradicate it and lose it, irrelevant of what it is. And I think that's wrong. I think we learn from history. If we don't keep our history in our forefront, then we forget where we come from. We forget our origins. And I think those things are very important. I've not ever heard Jiu-Jitsu or Gracie Jiu-Jitsu or Rickson's story or anything expressed in a way like you expressed it today. And your passion for keeping that history alive and your passion for wanting to keep that in amongst society as we progress forward, I think super important. And I think that is a misunderstood process out there perhaps in the jiu-jitsu world as well. So my hope is for anyone who's listening that maybe hasn't given the Gracie Jiu-Jitsu the time based on other people's opinions, maybe reassess that. Maybe go back and have a look at what jiu-jitsu in its fundamentals, in its foundation, in its self-defense can actually bring to the table, irrelevant if you're sport or not sport, gym. Just give it some time. Don't base it based on people who want to eradicate history. Base it on people who are keeping the story alive.
And just further to that, I remember when Matt, because you guys came from that sportive school,
correct,
came over to us and he was learning that Aleo Gracie's, you know, self-defense. He said how it actually opened his eyes up to playing on the mats and how it taught him a new understanding of leverage and timing and technique and where to place your hand on this and that and how he could apply it to the playful roles that he was having. So it's only going to help your jiu-jitsu.
It reinvigorated our reason for, you know, and I know that you said, you know, Rickson made the comment, just let the kids be where the kids want to be. And for everything else in our children's world, they get the choice. They don't get the choice on jiu-jitsu. Because they are girls, and I come from a martial art background, not jiu-jitsu, but I do come from a martial art background, and it served me well in a few different scenarios. And then something catalyst did happen in my life, and I didn't have enough to help me through that. I don't ever want my children not to have enough to at least have a fighting chance. So it does become, it is mandatory for our girls, but coming to Iconic and learning it differently has opened up a whole new world for us that I can't articulate in words. You have to experience it. So I think for any school, my hope is for any school out there not looking at that history as a point of reference. I feel sorry for you. And my hope is that you reassess that and go back and maybe have a look at what it can bring to the table. That's my hope.
Nice.
What's your hope, Chris?
Well, first off, you're talking to a guy who has a butt tattooed on his butt. So, as far as like my hope,
Your hope has to be don't get a butt tattooed on your arm.
well, I mean, it's not a dragon on my neck. I mean, if you're gonna get a tattoo of a butt on your butt, if you're gonna take the opinion,
Does it say strike here?
it says kiss here.
Okay. Do you get buried upside down?
That's your mom's name. Thanks. Fucking yeah, fucking my hope. Yeah, so I don't want to make this one into a joke. My hope is that you don't let yourself be bullied and don't let yourself be diminished for wanting to learn how to defend yourself. I hope that there's some people out there that having somebody else being vocal about it, like in the public eye and taking shit from people about it, kind of helps them go like, well, if he's doing it, like maybe it's cool. Maybe I can do it. Because I got a lot of shit for wanting to learn self-defense. I got a lot of shit for wanting to learn how to get out of a headlock.
Yeah.
And that scarred me for a very long, still to this day, I'm bitter about it. So if there's one hope, it's that you're not alone. I know that there's a majority. It's not a majority. There's a fraction, because I need to choose my words wisely for once. There's a fraction of jiu-jitsu that's become like this bully culture. Like it's tough or get out kind of shit. Like the 1% bad motherfuckers. Okay, cool, man. You go be a bad motherfucker. I'm not. Sorry. And you don't have to feel guilty for not being. You can try and achieve massive heights. Like you can look up to heroes and be like, dude, he does 600 chin-ups a day. Maybe I can do 600 chin-ups a day. That's not a fucking bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
But don't feel like you're excluded. Don't feel like you're not allowed to come in here and learn how to defend yourself because the other guys make fun of you for not doing that. Like, oh, I'll show you half guard. Like, okay, man, it's okay to have an opinion, right? Not everybody can do what you do, but you can do this. I guarantee you can do this. That's why jiu-jitsu is for everyone.
Yep.
Because I fucking hate that thing. Like, jiu-jitsu's for everyone, but it's only for a few. Like, okay, all right. It's for everyone until it's not. Like, all right, we get it. You got a giant dong. All right, whatever. First off, you don't. You're a fucking sack of water. I like how everyone that does this stuff thinks it's the toughest fucking thing in the world. Like, dude, you see a couple dead bodies. You pretend you're tough for the rest of your life.
Yep.
This is for everyone, and I don't want anyone to feel excluded because I think everyone can benefit from it in so many positive ways that it would be silly to section it off and say, like, oh, no, only we're allowed over here. You're not allowed to do this one. You could do that one, and you're gay because you do that one. We're going to go do the cool one. All right, dude, you're not alone. I got you back if you want to learn how to get out of a headlock. I'm happy to show you.
Beautiful.
Nice. Yep.
Beautiful.
Excellent. And anyone who says different, come at me.
Kaz will take you on.
Yeah, she'll take you. I will ignore you in the comments as I usually do, and then crickets. Fuck it, man. I'm gonna go for a swim at the beach.
Yeah.
Like, whoa, this is not real. Your internet crap is not real.
Well, thank you so much for coming here and joining with us today.
Thank you.
Did you have fun?
I actually did. This is wonderful.
Excellent. We usually get a surprise like, I
really did.
I did enjoy that today.
A wonderful time.
And you'll come back?
Yes, ma'am.
Excellent.
I would love to come
We've
back.
got that recorded now, so.
I'll bring the family.
Yay! That would be
I
awesome.
actually dig this. I'll get her to take a day off, and we'll bring the nightmare out here, and he can headbutt the goats.
That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. We can lock him into the trampoline. He can go anywhere. All right.
Put him on the trampoline with Fionn Davies.
Oh, yeah, that was hilarious. Oh, fuck, the funniest thing you've ever seen. So Fionn Davies came and stayed. Hi, Fionn. And we had, so Rach has got 2 sons. And neither of them are small by any stretch of the imagination, right? So her husband's like 7 foot.
He's not.
Well,
He's
yeah.
6 foot something. But
That was close, right? 7 comes after 6. Come on. Anyway, so they're Gigantosauruses, and we have a trampoline out in the backyard. And so we had my 3 kids, Fionn, I think another 2 kids or another 2 people, plus then we had Flynn on the trampoline as well. I mean, it's a pretty big motherfucking trampoline,
They
right?
all broke their legs.
No, but I was screaming from my patio at the time, Fionn, do not get broken in my backyard on that fucking trampoline. She's like, I'm okay.
Flynn's trying to double bounce
I know.
people.
Out of the trampoline. Yeah, it was a night. So anyway.
It's a very cool place to bring the family for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
On the trampoline, nearly died a bunch of times.
Yeah. No, all right, you're not allowed on the trampoline. Nobody's allowed to die on the property. They're just allowed to come and have fun. That's the rule.
We should have a waiver, Kaz, before people step.
Yeah. What'd you say?
I said you got enough property. Somebody could die here. You can just.
Only the baddies, and we just, yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
We talk about that often. It's okay.
Oh,
It's
we do.
well documented.
It shows up because it'll show up in America. There's a bunch of American people that know me and they listen to this stuff. Like,
Yeah.
you can disappear, motherfucker. This place is awesome. Australia rocks.
There's a lot of bush.
I found his body over by the dumpster by the 7-Eleven. Like, you found his body?
Yeah. Not in this country.
No.
And let's face it, if the baddies turn up, they're not telling people they're coming here. So, whatever. Not my problem. All right, we better go before I get myself into any more trouble.
If you heard today, like, share, subscribe, do all the things. Give us a follow. Send us a question. Send us a comment. We love to hear that. Please share it. And until next time, my dear.
See you when I'm looking at you.
Thanks, Chris.
Thanks, Chris. Love to have you.
Subscribe and share and stuff.
Yeah, do that. And then we'll put a whole bunch of hashtags on it as well and see if we can.
It's the worst job.
Wave goodbye.
This is lovely, though. Thank you for doing this. I had a wonderful time.
Good. You're very welcome.
Glad.
Well, we're putting that in.
All right. Bye.
No, we're out.
Bye.
This podcast is a My Broken Soldier production.
And brought to you by Iconic Jiu-Jitsu.